Hello and welcome to the Inglorious Bards adventure number 6. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. I don't know 6. Damn it. Seis, I know that. I'm from Arizona. So, hi, welcome. So excited to have you here. We're coming to you live on twitch.tv/IngloriousBards every single Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. Glad to have you here. We are going to be delving more into this crazy city of Almithra and seeing where our adventures take us next. Again, thanks for all the support and for joining us. Without further ado, let's get a quick introduction of who our heroes are. Let's begin with our wizard, whose name I totally have in all ways right now as, and I really have this, which is really cool. His name is Valimir Almarin Greyspell III.
Valimir Almarin Greyspell III. Fabulous wizard extraordinaire. Thank you.
All right.
That's on his birth certificate.
Yeah.
There's a bow on that F.
Almarin. And sitting next to you is our halfling bard, Aragus Willoughby. Say hi, Aragus.
Aragus Willoughby. I'll be here all week or until a dragon decides to eat me.
All right. And we have our... you're not a machine, you're not a construct, but you're a war-forged cleric by the name of Vessel.
I am Vessel. I watch over those in my charge. With the blessing of Soleen, let us go forth.
And we have your close friend, the artificer halfling Fiona Templepot.
Well, Fiona and Big Vessel walking through the forest, laughing back and forth at what the other has to say. Oodalolly, golly, what a day.
Oodalolly! Yeah.
That's the best ever. All right, and then we have Cole, one of our two
And I
Goliath,
have to learn that.
our two Goliath brothers, and this is Cole the Fighter.
Yeah, Cold Boulderfall. I'm the biggest one in the entire group. I am the strongest in the entire group, and don't let my little brother tell you otherwise.
And Cole, speaking of your brother, he's not here today. Where is he?
I made sure he was not here.
All right.
All the intros belong to me.
I'm sure he'll be back with us soon. All right, well, let's get underway with a recap of what happened last time from Seth.
Hello! The gang, having dispatched the Shadow Warpers in Valador's manor, get to asking her questions about these monsters. She unfortunately does not remember or does not know much about them or what they are trying to do. Out of Leeds, the adventurers head back to the Church of Soleen to see if they can learn anything from the tomb of Talon Basquier. After some bumblefucking around, some costume changes, and some pissing off of a very irritating priest, the adventurers sneak their way down beneath the church into the crypts. There they find a handful of the Shade Warpers as well as a new enemy, a Fell Shade. The Shadows are once again performing a ritual like they previously have done with the books. This time, it is on an ancient sword and a necklace above Lord Basquier's crypt. There is also a rift portal to another dimension? It's unclear. In the midst of the battle, Cole jumps into this rift in a bloodlust, chasing a Shade Warper. He was dumb. While he is in this otherworldly plane, he draws the attention of a lich. Oh, goody. He gets back through, and Vessel seals the rift just before hell comes with him. And that, my friends and foes, is where the adventure begins.
Beneath the Church of Soleen in the city of Almithra, our heroes are recovering from the battle with the dead. They have slain several of these shades, a strange creature called a fell shade, casting nasty magic, having dropped them all and barely escaped from the clutches of this lich from another realm, the heroes are now scurrying rapidly out of this crypt. Two things come of note from this. Number one is that our dear paladin, Caven, collapses to the ground, somehow overwhelmed by the negative magic from this death creature. He is breathing, he is conscious, but is totally knocked out, at least for the next week, and is totally indisposed for what has happened. You don't think it'll be permanent, but it is certainly disconcerting. His brother also has something of note, for his brother has the necklace taken from the tomb of Talon Baskir. This necklace, some of you can see as he clings to it desperately as he runs. There are several gems that make up this necklace. There are 4 red ones and a single black gem. 2 of the red gems look like they have faded into a much duller red color, and a 3rd red gem now fades into the dull color as well. What that means, you do not know. You all running up the stairs, you see Caven bring up the rear, crash, and you gather around him and try and make heads or tails of everything that's going on. What do you want to do or say?
Fiona has the hilt of the destroyed weapon as well.
The sword from the tomb, yes.
Okay. All right.
Aragus immediately... Caven, sorry. Cole, put that down.
What, Caven?
The necklace and your brother.
Fine. Cole drops the necklace, but goes over to Caven and can't believe this is happening again. And we'll hoist him up and carry him over the shoulder and just.
And this has happened from time to time. It's kind of like a sleep, like a patina style sleep. It happens from time to time.
He gets very, very rigid.
Yeah.
Very
Kind of
stone-like.
deflated though at the same time.
Aragus immediately takes off his kerchief and wraps the necklace and picks it up and makes sure it's folded so no one can touch it.
All right.
With their bare hands. Just
Put on my latex gloves.
Yeah.
And it's on the steps there, or are you taking it?
I'm having put it into my kerchiefed hand and I'll wrap it in my hand.
And do what with it?
I'm gonna propose.
Valamir's
Are you reaching out for it?
If no one objects, we put this in the bag of holding. Otherwise, anyone can carry it. But I don't think we should.
You just told me to put it down.
I don't think we should touch it with our bare hands just yet until we know exactly what this is.
Cole takes off his socks.
It is
Or
in fact
not
the
living
necklace
ones.
of spirits, I believe. That
What it does then?
We've advanced up and out of the crypt. We're beyond the door. We've closed the door.
stairwells.
That
No, you're in the stairwell,
Yeah,
just outside.
we're gonna-
You've gone past that glyph barrier without any ill effect.
I think one of the first things we should do is get you brothers look so much alike. That's racist. Well, if it's true, get Caven to rest.
You hear footsteps pounding, a bunch of footsteps pounding down the corridor that leads down to your area. And through a big open door you guys came through comes Priest Hammett, who you've talked to before. And he's an elf with very tightly cut hair, very proper looking. And he was giving a sermon as you guys were coming in. And there are several other acolytes in tow. They come running in with very concerned looks. And Priest Hammett says, "What is happening here?"
Aragus puts the necklace in his pocket and kerchiefed away.
He blows his nose.
Yeah, still
goes on the neck.
I sneeze artifacts.
black dust comes up. I'm still wearing an acolyte robes from my disguise kit from previous episode. So I immediately kind of go up to him, still somewhat hooded, and with Vessel and Cole and Caven obviously looking.
Cole is wearing Vessel's robe. Robe is
Okay.
or Vessel is now without his robe.
Okay. Well, I would imagine
If that
since
helps
he
your
rec-
scene at all.
Well, yeah, that helps me more now that I know Cole's also wearing the uniform. We kind of approach and just say, one of the acolytes was.
It actually just comes down to like middle of the chest, but
That's
whatever.
the tunic.
The crypts.
Halter top.
The crypts. There was something in the crypt. We must seal this door for good.
I've sensed something terribly wrong happening down here.
Our friend was terribly injured. We must figure out what exactly has happened. You must excuse us.
He says, no, you all stay here and let's get to the bottom of this. First of all, who are all of you? I recognize some of you, I think.
Yes, of course, dear priest. Forgive me. I let some friends into the crypt. It was not a wise decision, but...
And who are you? He dramatically reveals your hood, accidentally poking in the eye. Sorry. Who are you?
Oh, I mean no harm, nothing at all.
I think
Arrogance.
now is a good time for honesty.
Yes, quite right, dear boy. Dear priest.
I have imagined killing every single one of you.
It's how I greet people.
Do you know how many exits there are? I can tell you just now. I'll say to him, my name is Argus Willoughby, Bard of Elmithra, and consort of the Lumine Academy. With my friends here, we have been investigating a demonic source of magic, something dark and sinister. It led us to the crypts, in which we found not one, but multiple shadow warpers. And even worse than that, a portal to another land. If you don't believe me, talk with my friend Cole.
Make a persuasion roll with advantage, please.
Advantage persuasion. Okay, that is a... persuasion is a total of 11.
It would be a great time.
I'll use my DM inspiration.
Get out of the
Alright.
way.
16. He says, this is grave news. And you're here on behalf of the Academy?
Yes, we do not mean to deceive you, but it appeared to be the only way to access the knowledge that we sought.
Well, I will give you the benefit of the doubt for now, as I trust the Academy. And what threat do we face now? I sense something terribly evil.
It is a worse fate than I have yet seen, but I did only see it. Cole did. You must ask him.
Yes, you, Cole.
Yeah. Hang on a second. Things are going weird over here. And my brother! No, my brother! Will no one pay attention to this paladin of Soleen? Okay, I think we're good. Had some fun transitions happening
Okay.
out of the blue.
Vessel will take Caven from your arms.
Just stiff hand over, shoulder to shoulder. All right, look, there is another place, the land of the undead, that I can tell you. There were ghosts that were there, and there was a powerful wizard that looked very, very not alive. He came after me, and we got out just in time. If it weren't for Vessel, the portal would still have been open. We had no other ways of closing it without the help of Soleen.
And what was it?
From what I could tell, it was a powerful wizard and mage who was dead or decaying.
Would
But I was in a
Vessel-
land that was all blue. There were blue buildings and there were stars in the sky. It was dark, like there would have been stars, but they weren't really there. And all of the residents, all the ones that are looking at me, this is where the shade warpers were coming from. And there were ghosts that were there. They're like people, but I could see through them. Like they weren't people, like they were dead.
Would
Terrible.
Vessel,
Yes, go ahead.
Would Vessel know the creature, given how close he was in proximity looking? at
If you make an Arcana 7 roll.
Arcana 7?
Uh-huh.
Right up my alley.
I was going to describe it, not know what it is, but yeah.
With no modifier or with a modifier? Modifier, Arcana cannot be anything. It's a -115.
All right, you absolutely know what it is from the descriptions everyone's mentioned and a glimpse yourself.
That creature could only be a lich.
A lich.
A lich!
A lich!
There's an echo.
Check the audio, Jeremy. We got a problem with the audio.
I believe it's leaked. It was a regal figure, most sinister. Shadows about.
I cannot imagine why such a creature would want to be in our crypt, but I can assure you nothing that evil could ever penetrate the consecrated ground of Soleen.
Whatever it is, it has to do with the ancient families of this city. We've already visited one, and there were demonic sources within that home as well. It is the very place from where we came.
There have been several places where strange rituals have been performed, and this is one of those now.
What family do you speak of?
The Lady Veridor and the Basquier family.
So this was down beneath the Basquier crypt?
Lord Talon himself, his corpse was floating amongst the relics.
We can take you and show you.
Take me. Show me.
It's kind of creepy, are you sure?
Cole leads the way.
He comes close to you, Aragus, sides up next to you in a buddy-buddy fashion and says, "This is much distressing. The high priest is gone, and I'm not even supposed to be here today." I'm glad someone got that.
Clerks.
Been trying to burn that one in for 13 episodes.
We thought he was too much of an asshole last week, so we had to make him
Balance it out a little bit. How many lich dicks did you suck on your way out the temple?
You know, there's an equation for the amount you can get.
He goes downstairs and says, "What exactly was the effort of, that you were doing here on behalf of the academy?" "Oh my! I can sense something foul was here."
We have joined with the academy as simple adventurers seeking scrolls and ancient relics of a kind. It appears that we have a need for more serious ventures now, in order to protect the very realm in which we live.
We seem to have stumbled upon something that is more in depth than just a simple matter now.
It appears it is a great mystery which will take some time, the little that it appears we do have, but we must prepare for something great to come.
Many of the holy glyphs have been disturbed. This crypt will need to be reconsecrated.
I agree. We will get on that immediately. Oh, the artifacts are gone, he says, at the coffin of Talon Basquier. All gone, he says, looking into each hero's eyes.
When we came down, there was a ritual that was happening here, like we mentioned, and the large portal was there.
Safer with us.
And were the artifacts the necklace and a sword?
Yes.
They were floating in the air being destroyed.
Those were powerful. They were used by Talon Basquier himself, chronicled by a great historian over the years. They were very, very important.
Chronicled by what historian, sir?
Govish was his name.
And what books might have that matter?
I cannot recall. He looks at some of his acolytes. They all shake their heads no.
Is that not information you should indeed recall?
It's his day off now. It's his day off.
No, I'm saying there may be something bigger afoot. I'm sorry, there was no insult meant, sir.
Well, just give me a second. I can't roll lower than a 2.
These creatures seem to be attempting to erase or destroy some bit of history, and I believe it has something to do with the Basquiers and their founding and what Talon had done to previously defeat the dead. And I think they're trying to erase that information so that whatever weakness he discovered is not there anymore, not visible, not known. And we must seek that information.
You seek a great deal of trouble then. You are braver than you look.
I have,
No offense.
Oh, really? I have been told that before, in fact.
They said skinnier.
Oh, that as well.
Well, we
It's
are
the robe, I
are
assure you.
we are in your debt then. You have saved this church from certain doom and trouble.
Well, think nothing of it. I expect the trouble is not yet over, but hopefully, within these walls, it is.
But where did you get that robe there?
I found it in the broom closet, of course.
Well, then we'll take it from you. And that one, he says to Cole.
Oh, this isn't
But
mine. I'm holding it for a friend who's holding my friend.
He takes the robe from Aragus.
And you
You cover up your pants. Your hands. My pants!
I'm trying to remember exactly where we actually did get that robe from.
He stole it.
It's off the hook.
Okay.
The young.
Nothing dramatic.
Okay, I didn't know if we had like somebody tied
There's
up
not
and
a
gagged
bloodied acolyte somewhere, yeah.
that we had to be like, oh, by the way, gather up so and so.
We're only level 2, man. That's a level 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we will get to work consecrating this area once again, and if I have need of more questions, how do I find you all?
You can contact us at the university,
The Lumine Academy?
the academy.
Associate
Yeah.
Professor Galaceris. I did not look at my notes for that one.
Oh,
I just have to
Who's
get it
the
going, and then I
headmaster?
can say it. Vidal. Vidal
A
of Ida.
vessel approaches the acolytes that are standing off in the corner behind the priest.
yes.
And he hands them a bundle of ash and bone, which is the remains of the fell shade.
Okay.
This must be consecrated as well, lest it come alive again.
The acolyte says, thanks, and they take it, and not quite sure
And
what it is.
tremble. Why? Why did the robot talk to me?
The priest, Pamet, says, and what has happened to that one? To the unconscious Goliath.
He's tired. He needs some rest.
He gave his all for this church. You saw earlier how important his duties were to Soleen.
And some of you look a bit worse for the wear. Why don't you come upstairs and we can give you some aid?
Thank you.
He takes you all upstairs. They provide you with some very basic food from the mess area that they have for just the priests. And then there's a quiet respite area for some outsiders, a couple beds and some soft chairs. You guys are there. They bring in some fresh water and some wine, and some minor spells are cast upon you all, bringing you all back up to your full hit points.
Yeah.
For some reason, it does not work on this Goliath. If you'd like, he can rest here for the time being.
I think that would be appropriate.
I would appreciate that. Thank you. He's my brother.
Then he'll remain at 12 then until he comes back.
Please look for him.
He's fully healed.
Oh,
he
he
just
is?
won't be conscious.
All right.
Mostly,
And
he
here's
is
your ticket. He gives it.
248. What if I lose this? Can I still?
There's a lot of Goliaths in here.
We're not responsible for any.
For all the contents of your Goliath being there when you get
You have
back.
to pay the maximum amount.
Please make sure to secure your Goliath before departing.
All right. What would you guys like to do?
What time of day is it?
It was later in the day, I think, when you guys last
Yeah.
met.
17
time.
days later.
We should
get back report.
What's that?
What were you gonna say?
Oh, we should we check in at the academy?
Again, I don't think they want to see us. However, it might be important to let them know what we found.
Yeah.
I don't know that we have a choice, dear boy.
Well, I mean, we are not beholding to the Illumina Academy as such. We do have some choice in the matter, but I do believe it is
yes,
still a worthy
Well,
thing
by-
to do. But
By that I only mean that we do not have the spells nor the ability to read into the details we have just yet. We must seek a greater source for information.
I am very intrigued to look into some books upon. Let me take a look at my notes. I know I wrote it down very
Back to the
recently.
academy.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, you guys head
Where the
back
hell did
to
that
the
go?
academy. Cole, you are not carrying your brother, so he's being left at the church.
Govesh. Govish.
As you are heading back, one thing is of note. As you are walking back, Cole, you are walking along and playfully, excitedly buying a little treat here of some bread or that, just not paying too much attention, skipping a bit in some mud, and run smack into a soldier, a city guardsman.
Like I just like plow into him.
Plow into him, and he goes back a couple steps.
He doesn't have a choice. He's very small, I'm
Yeah.
assuming. So sorry.
He says, yes, you should be. Watch where you're going.
I was watching in a different direction. You all right?
He says, I'm more concerned about you. And he points around you, which is some feat. Says, I've been getting word that some people, mercenaries, have been wandering around town, stirring up a little bit of trouble more than they should.
Well, thank you for letting us know. We will keep an eye out for them.
No. And I think you, my robe-wearing friend, pointing to you and to the cleric, who I believe has his robe on now,
Yeah.
might be the culprits. Word has it that spells are being cast, dare I say, willy-nilly.
It's a legal term.
Well,
This will not be tolerated within the city walls if you are casting spells recklessly. And if I find you have anything at all to do with this, you will be fined to the fullest extent of the law of 2 gold pieces per spell.
indeed, sir. Thank you for your service.
What spells have been cast? Like dangerous ones?
Something magical was done that slew several innocent tavern goers the other day.
Strange.
You know nothing of this?
Of course not, good sir. Why, me?
Did you say it slew them like they're dead?
Dead. Dead most foul, as my weird idioms go.
Which tavern was that?
He looks at you and says, you do not know?
I've not heard of this at all, though I have friends at the Wet Trumpet, and I'm afraid it may have been anyone there.
It is the wet fiddler, dear boy. And Aragus pushes his way through the group in front of the guard. Dear,
In between
dear
my knees.
friend, we know nothing of this violence. We have just come from fighting a monster ourselves.
Ooh, that's... He's just making stories up now, right in front
A
of me.
monster, you say?
Monsters so foul it left one of us behind.
And
You can ask the Church of Soleen.
how did you defeat this monster? Because I don't see all of you with blades and shields.
The one of us.
Ergo magic!
The one of us who fought, you will find his body resting at the Church of Soleen. You will find him there for some time, resting very well.
And he is this spellcaster?
He casts nothing of the sort but divine spells. Hence his location at the church itself.
I do not like your tone whatsoever.
I do not like your accusation.
Hey, okay.
Yeah.
You don't need to yell at everybody. And like,
I'm not yelling.
Cole just like,
Like, come on.
Vessel has produced popcorn.
I have a projecting voice. You got to let me project. You'll know when he's yelling.
He comes storming over to you and towers over the halfling Aragus.
We don't know him.
Not with him.
And he pokes you in the forehead with a gauntleted finger and says, listen here, halfling. You will not take that attitude with the city guard, or you will pay an even heftier price. Our city towers are more than accommodating for the likes of you.
Aragus pulls out 2 gold. If you want your gold, I will give it to you now. But I will not be harassed.
Cole reaches down at the same time and pokes the soldier in the forehead the exact same way.
Oh,
Same
no.
angle. Bunk.
All right, he turns around and backhands you for no damage, but smacks you in the upper chest, going for your face, but gets your upper chest instead. Don't you touch me!
Don't you touch him.
I like
We
how
can all be respectful here. And literally takes his giant face and puts it over Aragus. His giant hand and puts it over Aragus's face.
He reaches down and draws his whistle and blows on a whistle.
Valamir at this point is walking away.
Valamir's walking away. All right.
Nonchalant, like he just belongs there. Just whoop.
When he blows the whistle, Cole takes a step forward into him and pushes Aragus behind him
Okay.
as well. If you're going to intimidate or ask real questions, you're in the wrong place. If you want help, and he takes another step forward,
The guy draws his sword, continues to blow his whistle.
we can be here to be conversational and help you. But when you come around accusing us randomly for no reason, another step forward,
You hear footsteps marching off in the distance towards you.
then you are looking at getting yourself into a fight. And there is no reason that you need to get into a fight right now. Another step forward.
Make an intimidation roll with advantage.
24.
Jesus Christ.
It was a big roll.
His whistling gets very faint. Yeah, and then he's just blowing air.
The whistle has popped out of his mouth a while ago.
he's resorting to his finger.
His outstretched sword becomes flaccid, and he says, "Very well, why don't you get going before there's any more trouble?"
Cole, may I say one more thing?
We don't want any trouble.
Yeah.
And he turns around to face you. No.
Very well.
And walks back towards you.
All right. And then what?
I'll get
Following
scooped
the
up.
direction that Valamir's going, if we can see him anymore. Just away from wherever he was walking. He can see.
casts two spells, invisibility and leave party.
He's actually teleported a couple times, dead on the other side of the wall.
And he's fine with that.
I was walking towards where the guards would be heading towards, but like heading towards where the guards were
Okay, all
running
right.
from to maybe cast an illusion or something if things went
All
really
right.
south. But
You guys walk in that direction. Guards go racing past you and are racing to the spot where the stunned officer is waiting. You guys disappear into the crowd.
should we not do that again?
Yeah, what was the point of that?
I wasn't paying attention and I bumped into him and got him all freaked out. I'll watch my step a little bit.
No offense. I'm tired of the harassment I face as a smaller individual in this city.
Listen, I get
It
it.
is apparent and obtuse at best.
I've been through it a lot.
I am too tired to deal with it. I apologize.
You guys head back to the Lumine Academy.
Yeah.
The groundskeeper lets you in. You walk through the courtyard. You went inside the huge structure itself, and you go to the dorm that you have stayed in with your very unappealing bunks, and walk past the students looking refreshed but also fed up and a bit bedraggled. The students just watching you again in awe. There's about a dozen of them. And one of them comes up to you, Fiona, and says, Where did you come from?
Oh, we were at the Church of Soleen?
We doing anything cool?
Yeah, we're looking around. It's pretty great. You should visit it sometime.
Oh, okay. And then he's bored with you. You guys get some rest that night, unless there's anything particular you're looking for, and wake up, since you're arriving late, and wake up the next morning.
Only if it won't impede the rest. But I would be looking for Valamir would be looking for any tomes by Govish, the guy who apparently.
It will impede your rest, so you'll have to wait.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
very good.
You guys go through then a long rest, recover a lot of abilities or spells from a bunch of you guys. It is morning, and you know it is morning time when you hear a loud voice of Ms. Pennywit saying, "Everyone rise! Everyone rise!" And she clangs a pot with a wooden spoon. Bang, 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 bang. And then she comes over to you, your group, and she says, "Who exactly tracked mud into my dormitory?" She looks around and sees some very large, muddy boots. Was it you, Cole?
I didn't intentionally track any mud in.
It was him, and he points at Caven.
He says, "You. Well, then I have two things to say to you. One, these need a good washing immediately," handing your boots to you. And then she says, "Two, you will need to get quite familiar with this," handing you a mop.
Ah, jeez.
Can we move Caven's limbs and stuff like we can?
Caven's
at
still
Bernie's?
at the
I'm
Haven's
sorry.
at the church.
Yeah.
He's at
Oh,
the church.
shoot.
No, this is not Weekend at Bernie's.
Is this a modified broom for the Goliath?
was gonna
That's
say,
the
don't
little
break
brush?
this one.
No, it's not.
No, okay. Good luck with that.
Yeah, so it's like a toilet brush for him.
Index
All right.
finger, Cole. Index finger.
And I expect this done before breakfast is over.
Oh, come on. I was going to eat first.
Says you whine as much as the first-year students. And a matter of fact, and then in comes a couple of footsteps, and the students that are all watching and kind of giggling, they grow very quiet, as in comes Headmaster Vidal. He is a tall elf with gray Van Dyke and sideburns, his robe hanging awkwardly over him, and he strides in. The students just nod and quickly get out of the way and leave the room. Miss Pennywit looks at him and says, "I'm sorry about that outburst, Headmaster." He says, No, that's quite all right. I'm here to have a word with our friends here." And he comes over and sits down on a bunk next to Fiona.
Peep and I.
Peepa die. I haven't heard that in a long time.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I think you said it to me the last time.
Probably.
It's been 24 hours.
It's crazy. Well, I've come here to offer you all the thanks of the Lumine Academy. I've received a message last night and another one this morning. Last night's came from Lady Verador, who had many good things to say about you. Apparently, you've been keeping an eye out on the school here and looking into those nasty creatures that came about the other day. That seems above and beyond of what you've had to do before, and I just wanted to let you know that it is appreciated. And perhaps we were not overly courteous with you when last we saw you here.
That's all right. We just doing what we have to do.
Well, what you have to do is vastly appreciated. We offer a lot to the city, but we do it on limited resources. So with you here, it is appreciated. And then this morning's missive, I would say, came from the Church of Soleen, where much was shared about your help with the church as well. So again, on behalf of the professors here, thank you for your help. It is absolutely appreciated. And while we may not have endless coffers, perhaps I think this might be of value to you all. And he hands over a small package wrapped in some thin paper with a little rope braid around it. And says, then until we see each other again, I wish you good day and wonderful learning.
Thank you so much.
And he leaves, and you guys are alone to do whatever you want to do this day.
Oh, Fiona's going to open the package.
Cole's mopping. Stupid. Just want to get some breakfast if I can have a biscuit. Maybe just a little coffee.
You open it up, and it is a book inside, an old tome that is bound with a simple clasp, thick leather binding.
Ooh, piece of candy. Wants to grab it.
No? Look, proceed with your description.
It's got
pages.
pages.
Okay,
Bound
what
in
is
leather.
what is the book?
You
Fiona will open up and
You unclasp, look inside. You can make neither tails nor heads of this book, but you know it contains magical writing.
go. Valmir?
Oh, yes, my good friend.
This is a little more than I know about. Maybe you can
If you don't
Find
mind
something.
allowing me to have a
Can you stop drooling, please?
I must, in fact, I must clean myself before handling the
no.
Yeah, Valamir will take a...
Breathe.
You don't take it to the bath, not this one.
You take the book inside. As you open it up, you see wonderfully written pages upon pages of strange words that take form with your eyes, and kind of the words shape into the letters that you need. Each of them forming a description of actions and words to say to create a spell known as Chromatic Orb, a level 1 wizard spell that lets you do some damage and change up the type of damage that is done. And several pages in, there is a new title of a second spell, and that is a spell called Featherfall, a level 1 spell for a wizard. And a couple of pages beyond that is another spell. This spell is a level 2 spell called Gust of Wind that does something about wind.
You don't say.
Yes.
Does it create a flow? of
Perhaps. And there is one last spell in here as well. That is a level 2 wizard spell by the name of Mirror Image.
Oh my goodness. Well, my good friends, this appears to be
Useless. Throws it away.
Boring.
will kill you.
Can't read it. Don't need it.
This appears to be spells of a wizardry nature that could very easily be scribed into a certain wizard's book, which I just happen to have here on my possession,
Oh, that's pretty cool.
which would allow me to further aid and assist every member of this party.
Don't tell the guards about it.
I will not. Do not worry.
Do you think the guards were talking about what we did in the basement of the bar a couple days ago?
That would
Or
be.
was it something else?
That was my concern. I wanted to actually ask him about it before he started blowing a whistle on me.
Well, I mean, you and Aragus kind of got after him a little bit.
He got after me.
There's a lot of intolerance around here that shouldn't be accepted. But I think if I have a chance, after I get some coffee, I can probably go and ask around and see what happened.
After you are done cleaning the floor.
Valamir,
Oh, come on!
hey, Colt. Valamir's in a pretty good mood. He just got a book with some spells. You might ask him if he could help you out here.
Meanwhile,
Maybe do a
Valamir's
little-
been prestidigitation in
Yeah.
dirt behind him.
I just got that spot!
Reverse prestidigitation.
Why am I leaving dick footprints of mud behind me?
I am excited for your spells. But we have an artifact amongst us, let alone two, now that I think of it. Will you
do?
be studying those first?
Indeed. Indeed.
And Vessel's
Speaking
eyes
of which-
shift too.
Oh, yeah, I think everybody...
Eric is just saying, like, he just kind of pulls out the kerchief and he just is there anyone amongst us who can further identify this beyond the name?
Let me take a look at it.
Vessel will be over the shoulder of
And
Fiona
Vessel
looking down.
hands you the hilt of the sword. Or Vessel.
Fiona.
Fiona hands Vessel the hilt of the sword that she had.
Oh, I'm not sure what to do with that.
Oh,
Oh,
I can
I-
identify
I will-
both of them.
I just hold it as though it's just something you want me to hold for
but
now.
I'd like to cast Identify on the necklace first.
All right.
You're like a surgeon with the nurse. Like, left hand.
Also, keep in mind something for you casters like Detect Magic or Identify. If it's the ritual keyword spell, which those two have, you can add 10 minutes to the casting time, and it doesn't take a spell slot to cast.
Oh.
It's free.
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
Rituals. If a spell is a ritual, you increase its time to cast by 10 minutes, and then you get it for free.
I'll do that with the sword if you want to do that with the necklace.
Yep.
Vessel's just,
Unless you have that.
he's just holding it. He's,
Okay, yeah. Just hold. Just lower. Come out wherever you want. I want
I
you.
kid.
The undead themselves.
I
begin.
I forget the exact ability or if I have it yet, but I know there's this wizard scholar ability to very quickly be able to scribe spells into my spell book. Because that is going to be very high
Speed
on my
read?
priority list to get those.
oh, you just lied to Vessel.
What?
Said when we do these things first, then your spells. But that's
Well,
okay.
They're doing it, sir. I am actually less
My hands are
adept
free.
at identifying magic as I am detecting it and
Well, that's what I'm doing.
casting it
There you go.
and sending it about and
No lies detected. Then.
fabulous
Does the
wizardric.
Wizardrick.
I was actually very interested in how you
If you didn't
scribe
want to
new
like
spells. So
put that in one of your, I mean, I could do them both. If you didn't want to use that as one of your spells for the day,
well, I'm doing the ritual, so it's not taking a spell slot.
it's still one of the learned spells you have of the day, right?
if he does it in the ritual format,
I'm
it
doing
doesn't
the-
use it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a free cast.
If you do the 10-minute one,
Okay.
I don't know if that's the same for identify, or if this will do what we want it to do, like identify.
It's
will.
whatever the duration is plus 10 minutes.
No, I know the time limit. I'm just wondering if the time limit matters in how the spell. Does it give me more information if I do it?
No.
Okay.
No, no, no.
Well,
Just prevents it from needing a spell slot to
Yeah,
cast.
and you don't need to have the spell prepared.
okay. I'll do it anyway if we're taking the 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So.
Order of the Scribes is our wizard ability. You never know when you can replace his damage type with it. Yes, when you cast Wizardry Quill. When the time you spent to copy a spell equals 2 minutes per spell. I think, yeah, it's much faster if you're under a time crunch, but you're not, so it's not as huge. Also, keep in mind, it says when you cast a wizard spell as a ritual, you can use the spell's normal casting time rather than adding 10 minutes once per long rest.
Oh wow!
So a lot of the rituals are maybe 1 minute,
Yeah.
and then it would become 11. You can once per day keep it to that 1 minute in an emergency,
Yeah, wonderful.
not combat,
Yeah.
but emergency situation.
Yeah.
Kind of cool. Anyways, all right, so we're doing some identifies from these two folks. Anything else you guys are doing? And we've got some cleaning, Vessel and Valamir. What are you two up to?
If there's any way of aiding, well, he's holding for Aragus, would try to aid him in his identification of the sword I'm holding now. the
You're
hilt.
holding the sword.
Yeah.
You have the necklace.
So the hilt.
You can
so
choose to aid one of the two.
Aragus.
All right, Valamir?
I'll need it. So.
Valamir will be excusing himself and heading to the library to study and try and find books by Govish and information about him and anything relating to him or anything he's ever written or that his students have written.
You should look in our stockpile as well.
Yep.
Do you have any books on artifacts? Govish.
Damn it.
Yes, exactly.
And speaking of books and going to the library, is your bag of holding getting a little too heavy, Fiona? As you
No.
have a bunch of books in there. No? All right, just checking.
Fun.
Oh, yeah, we could
Just checking.
put them all nicely on a bookcase.
In the dormitory?
Yeah, I guess
Or
we need to find some
In the library. Take him there.
Yeah, just
Didn't
take
we
them
want
down
to
there.
keep? We have them so we can
Yeah.
keep them safe in case some more shadow warpers are gonna.
Well,
try
didn't we
to-
say
stopped
we
listening.
were
I
going
still
to
want
take them
coffee.
to the library?
No. We said we'd keep them safe.
Oh, I thought we said we would take
In the
them
library.
Oh.
And if it happens again, we know it's
Or
the
we
books
just,
and not
like,
the library.
Keep them in the
Yeah, that's fine.
That's
bag of holding for
That's
now.
fine. Just trying to give you an out.
If the next day we open up your bag of holding and a bunch of shadow warpers
Yeah,
jump
they're
out,
all in there.
we'll be on to
That's when
something.
he's just no.
tie it up, and throw it in the river.
Lich hand coming out of the
Right.
top and just zip it closed.
It's we find them in the library or a level 2 lock spell.
And then if you want to
Unlock
take the
those lock
book to the library, you can borrow my bag.
Oh, no, it's fine. It just was a thought.
All right. Time goes by studying the bladed hilt from the crypt of Talon Baskir.
Just the hilt.
Just the hilt.
Because I think you said the blade was destroyed and
It
just the
was.
hilt came free.
Yes.
Okay.
Did we have those pieces, or we just?
No, they're
They're
gone.
like we're dust.
You take a look within yourself with magic, Aragus, and bring forth some sort of musical mumbling about that the notes coalesce around information. You have some thoughts, some imagery, and make an arcana roll with advantage from Vessel's help.
Can I roll with advantage?
Actually, no. Let's do it this way. Roll one die. Vessel, you roll his advantage extra die. Let's get you involved a little bit.
All right. Apply my.
Nope.
No. Okay.
Just tell him the number you roll.
Let's use yours. I rolled a 6.
13.
Yeah, we'll use his.
Okay, so what's your total?
My total is 6.
What with his 13? What's your
Oh,
total?
adding it? 19.
We have plus.
No.
No.
Add your modifier of
To your
Arcana
roll.
13.
Yeah.
to my
So
roll.
you're 13? Oh, 16.
Yes.
Okay.
16. All right.
I'm sorry.
Wow, plus
not
3?
bad. What you were able to determine, unfortunately, is not a lot. Other than this was a very powerful sword that has been completely destroyed and is of no value whatsoever,
Okay.
other than historical significance or familiar family significance.
Yeah, Aragus will kind of just say as much. All I'm getting from this is the historical significance that we've already found. But other than that, my magic is not up to snuff with this item.
Then with the necklace, Fiona, you do the same thing, except somehow you're detecting magic. How do you detect magic?
Take my I have like a little hammer and like one of the jeweler's eyepieces. I don't remember what those are called.
Loop.
Yeah, a loop, and kind of just like curiously like turn it over and inspect it, like
All
like
right.
a tinker would, and like looking at all the like the crevices and any words, or trying to determine it that
Cool.
way.
I picture that you've got like 4 different tuning forks. You're like ding, no, ding, no, ding. Oh, divine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you can like see the magic in the eyepiece
Yeah.
little thing.
This may be a lost reference to everyone, but the Room games on PC have a puzzle box thing of things you're trying to find, and then you have a little monocle you put over sometimes to see hidden images, and that's exactly what's coming to my mind.
Nice.
Anyways, all right, you may also try to decipher, but this is not easy. This is going to be an Arcana 21 as your target number.
You got it.
16.
16. You detect that this is magical. And that is all you are able to glean.
How is there still mud on this boot?
Cole, as you are finishing up your cleaning and racing to the
Whatever's left for breakfast.
whatever's left for breakfast, your friends have already eaten and moved on and are doing their tasks. You are racing there just as they're about to close. There's a few muffins left on this continental breakfast. As you rush in, you are stopped. And a young student says, message for you, sir. Message for you, sir. No, I have a message for you. And he hands you a message, and it says Caven on it.
Oh, all right. Thank you. And like head pats.
All right.
Like tries to not push him out of the way, but just get me the food.
As you get by him, stepping between the curtain into the dining area is Mrs. Pennywit, and she closes the curtain behind you. Breakfast is completed.
Ah! Is there anything left, Miss Pennywitz?
The only
floor's
thing left for
polished.
you is perhaps a lesson learned.
Thank you, Miss Pennywitz.
And she waits until you leave.
I do. I leave, and I will take the notes and read it outside.
All right, you take the note and break the seal on the note addressed
Which looks edible.
to your brother. The seal, by the way,
Oh, it's not from Caven. It's to Caven.
says Caven Boulder Fall.
Got
on
it.
It is a seal of 2 trees bent over a bright sun.
Oh, he had a date. Go ahead. Sorry.
There's like no hesitation here. Shredding it open with no chance of resealing it. Inside, you see there is a message from Verador, the lady you assisted not so long ago. In it, she says, do I have it here? In short, she says, thank you so much, Caven, for you and your friends helping me in the study. It's appreciated, and I hope the rest of your investigation goes well and that you are all safe as you can be. She says, my thanks is to feel free to visit the Welcome Hall, capital W, capital H, the Welcome Hall. My friends there have been told to accommodate you for several weeks with all expenses paid, so you have someplace more accommodating than a school to rest. And signed, Verador.
Well, that's awesome. Wonder if Caven needs to be there for us to go see. Welcome Hall. Do I know where that is? Do I recognize that term?
Yep. It's a friendly, cozy inn.
It's a country club.
Great. How far is it?
Not far, maybe a 20-minute walk.
I feel like a 20-minute walk for some good breakfast is a good idea.
All right.
Cole heads towards the Welcome Hall.
Okay. While you're doing that, our wizard of the group, Valimir Almarin Greyspell III, without looking it up.
Well done, sir. Well done.
I still can't remember your mystic's name.
It's only
though,
our
from last
6th
season.
episode, and you've got my
My-
name correct. Well
my
done,
mystic?
sir.
Yeah.
Velu?
Velu.
Velu.
Velu is what I kept calling him. Bare necessities. Anyway, it's I
Gonna say Jungle Book action.
You, Valimir Almarin Greyspell III, have been doing some research in the library. A old librarian keeps dropping off books, and you're trying to zero in and find any references, and it's very hard. It's not going much of anywhere, but you are closing in perhaps on something. He gives you one last book and says, again, if you could tell the Goliath, I'm so sorry about that. I didn't mean to stab him with my knife.
Truly, no worry. Many librarians have done that to him. I'm sure he doesn't even remember it. Seems to be a trend with your profession. And
He's on bed rest now, by the way, because of your actions.
he's still in the Temple of Soleen recovering.
He provides you this last book, which has some information that you need. In it is a book by the chronicler Govish, a book entitled The Hand of Life. The book speaks of Talon Baskir, a warrior priest who has brought light and civilization to the barbaric wastes of a young Calavier. Very flourishing and complimentary biography at times upon Talon and his efforts. Way back generations in founding the city of Almithra. In particular, while taking the fight to the enemy in the realm of the dead, known as Illistel, Talon took a powerful necklace as a trophy, known as the Necklace of Spirits. It was being used by the evil forces to tear permanent openings between Illistel and our wonderful world of Varen. Talon used it against them to protect himself from their horrific magic in 2 separate battles. He was also known for using his deadly blade that had no name that he used to slay the dead with ease. The whereabouts of these items are unknown to this day, as it reads in the book.
2 battles and 2 stones previously turned dull, and then the final after our good friend left Illistel on the tails of a lich spell, protecting him as well. That necklace has one more protective bit to it, and I'm afraid then it is spent. All this, he's just speaking to himself.
Yeah, you're just you're in
Down
an
in the
alcove.
library. Just thinking out loud. Okay.
Going across you like a scene in like CSI or something. Just
Yeah, I guess with that, I'll come back up and convey that.
Okay. Caven's not here. Cole is here.
Yes.
Cole, you arrive at the place known as the Welcome Hall. It is a tall inn with big dark wood on the outside. It looks cozy and comfortable, perhaps expensive and wealthy from decades ago. Now it's more approachable to a more everyday clientele, but it still has some old grandeur to it. You walk inside and are greeted with tables, with people eating, even in this morning, with the most glorious breakfast smells and sights you've ever seen. Tons of eggs and hams and bacon and coffee that you seem to enjoy. It is absolutely wonderful for you. In particular, there is a portly human woman with an apron who comes walking over to you and gives you a cup. She actually stops, takes 2 small cups, goes over to the bar, pours them into a large oversized cup, and brings it over to you. And she says, "Well, welcome.
Thank you.
I've not seen you around here before."
It's my first time.
"Oh, well, then sit here at our first time table," she says,
Look at a hat.
which is with a bunch of other old, crotchety-looking patrons, regulars. That have been there.
birthday from all of us to you. Happy. They give you a nice handwritten letter of thanks, and a coupon for your next visit.
And when you're done, you get a timeshare.
Cole will start taking in breakfast and enjoying the
Oh,
large.
you're here for breakfast?
Oh, I-
she doesn't.
We
We
just
stopped
switched
serving
over.
that at 10, yeah. Burgers only from now. No, she's happy to get you going and started.
While at the table, is there anyone in particular that is up for having a conversation or talking?
Sure.
So I heard that there was some people that got killed in a bar near here with magic. Did anyone hear anything about that?
There is a very muscular-looking human guy there, very handsome older guy, who leans over from his big breakfast and says, I didn't hear anything about that, but I wouldn't be surprised. This city looks shiny on the outside sometimes, but can be dangerous on the inside. I've even heard there's some secret places beneath the city.
What kind of secret places?
Places beneath the sewer.
I'll tell you something. Didn't happen on purpose, but I've been in the sewer,
You have.
and it was gross.
We've all had tough times, Fred.
But I've never heard of anything under the sewer. It looked like that was the bottom of the list. There's no way it could get further down.
I've heard smugglers access tunnels beneath the sewer, able to smuggle things on from off the river, past the city guard, underneath their very noses, literally.
Well, that would be an impressive feat.
Sometimes some people are able to get rare goods that way, rare metals, perhaps, they can use for various things they craft.
What kind of things would you craft with a rare metal?
I feel like we're being steamrolled.
Are you thinking like weapons, or are you talking more like special fancy things like that goblet on the wall?
He says, I'm talking more like
There's a goblin on the wall.
more like this. And he takes a short sword off of his belt in a nice scabbard, and he puts it on the table and draws it. And it's very nicely made short sword with some nice filigree on there.
Wow. You didn't get that here.
No, I made this.
What?
I said I made this, Fred.
Sorry, thank you. That's impressive. Very loud burping over here.
I made this illegal contraband.
See, nobody cares.
Yesterday.
If I were interested in something like that, how would I get one?
He says, well, it depends. If you've done better in life than living in the sewer, then maybe you've earned some coin for yourself, and then you can drop by my smithy and we can work out some sort of arrangement. You look like you're someone who could appreciate a fine blade.
I absolutely could.
As a matter of fact, this one right here, you can look at a little bit longer.
Well, thanks. And Cole will kind of reach over and...
And he puts it away.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm sorry. I tend to touch when I'm not supposed to.
That's the restraining order.
So, where are you located? You obviously live here.
Just around the corner.
Fantastic. Hey, I'm Cole.
I'm Orden.
Orden, pleasure to meet you. This is some fantastic coffee. Is there all of it more still here?
More coffee is brought, and you are sufficiently gorged on your breakfast and happy. Anything else you would like to do, Cole?
I think I didn't get the lady's name.
She gives you the coffee, and she introduces herself, and she says, well, I'm Grace, and you're Cole.
Yeah, Grace, I have a letter here from Lady Veridor.
Mind if I sit down? My feet are tired.
Oh, please, have a seat.
Oh.
You earned it. Do you have any rooms available?
I do.
So, I'm a friend of Lady Veridor's, and my brother is too. My brother's Caven Boulderfall, who's not here with me at the moment. He already took care of his breakfast. Lady Veridor has offered to let us stay here at Welcome Hall. And I don't exactly know how that works. I've never had a letter like this before. And he hands the letter over to her.
She takes it. She says, oh, so you're not asking about paying room. I'm just kidding. And she opens it up and she says, yes, Veridor spoke to me about this. Everything's already paid for. I've got you, and I've got 3 rooms here for you all for 3 weeks.
Thank you so much.
That should last you the campaign.
I think that's all I need.
Season's any hint, then yeah.
So I'm going to be done here today, but if you don't mind, I'll bring my friends by this afternoon, and then we can settle in our rooms later on.
Of course, and mighty shiny boots, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. If you ever happen to see Miss Pennywit, she'd love to hear that.
All right. And you head out. As you are walking back through the town, enjoying life, paying for a little apple here or there, skipping over mud, you run straight into no one because this time you're paying attention. You see a city guard. You're not sure if you recognize him off the distance, and skirt around down an alleyway when you hear a strange noise, Cole. An airy, magical noise. Sounds like very light magic artillery coming your way.
Okay.
And you look up in the sky and see a very tiny shooting star of light come flying in hard from above. Even in this daylight, you can spot it. And it comes bouncing in and hits 4 stories above you, bounces off, hits a 3rd story across this alleyway to another side, bounces down again to a 2nd story, then bounces down to the ground right in front of you. And then there's a big bright white splash, a minor explosion, and some old crates and garbage get knocked around in this alleyway, and then all is quiet.
Is there a naked man there in its place?
Is there anything still in front of me? Like where the magic was?
What's that?
Is there anything still there? Like where the magic was after?
Let's go with what he said. You look and you see there's a naked man there. A naked man is there.
It's just any time there's a ball of anything, it's always a naked man there.
A gnome
We're moving
is
into fantasy
there.
stuff here. I mean, come on.
I mean, at least at the parties I go to.
And the gnome is shaking his head.
Oh, are you okay?
Oh, where are my clothes? What does the city come to?
I think you lost them when you bounced off that wall.
Where's the academy from here?
Oh, you're not far. I'm actually on my way there right now. It's just right up this way. You turn left, you head up the street 200 yards, you turn right again,
What?
then you turn past that one. Don't go to the horse, go to the left barn,
My
and then you
head
turn
is
left
still
again.
ringing. Perhaps you can take me the way. I will gladly pay you later.
Yeah.
Well, I've got gold.
Do you have like anything else you can wear? I'm just saying that this is kind of an uptight town. They prefer people clothes when they walk their streets.
I don't have anything available.
You need to Metal Gear it at this point. Just put him in a box.
And then he says, "Oh, is this going to be a problem?" to someone behind you.
Cole turns around to see who he's addressing.
You see a familiar city guard standing there. That
That's
will
your
be
Jorn.
2 gold pieces right now
For what?
for magic cast frivolously, recklessly endangering the city. And the gnome turns to you and pats his naked body.
Yeah, no, you know what? Frivolous is frivolous. I understand where you're coming from. Cole reaches into his pouch and pulls out. Let's see what Cole's got. Keeps it on him. 1 gold and 7 silver.
That's all you have?
That's what it's carrying right now. This should be good. I got a button. I got this one I was hanging on to for my vest for later. And I did find 2 coppers. And I have those as well. Like I kind of hand them all.
So 1.72 gold is what you give the man.
Yes.
And the guard,
Should do it, right?
the guard says, "What are you, some kind of stupid? Do you not know how to count?"
That's kind of rude.
But accurate, right?
I mean, I could get you another copper. If that would do it, right? That's enough.
You're shy by quite a bit.
Okay. He's shy of shirts, so why is this?
He takes the coins and says, "Do you know large words such as collateral?
No.
That means you give me something now so we do not take you to prison." Oh, and by we I mean tweet, tweet, and he starts blowing on his whistle aggressively. "So you must give me something since you are not paying your whole fine. And then when you pay the fine, then you will get what you have given me as collateral back."
So I'm gonna loan you something, and I'm gonna buy it back from you.
He points at something expensive on you. What do you have?
Yeah. Go ahead, roll a die. what do you think Cole is wearing that's expensive on him
you
right
have a
now?
weapon on you, right?
I have my Morning Star.
Do you have
I
a shield?
That. I do have a shield. It's not a good shield. It's a wooden common shield. but
How
it's
much
there.
does wooden common shield go for?
I'm gonna guess 4 silver,
The exact amount?
probably.
2.8 silver?
Yeah, that shield. Hand it over.
Okay, so you give me my coins back, and you can have my shield, and then I'll buy the shield back for the 2 gold, right?
He's not a smart one, he says to the gnome, and the gnome says, "I guess not."
I don't. insults are necessary. Is that a yes or a no?
Hand the shield over.
And you hand me the coins back.
No.
You want the coins and the shield? I feel like you're shaking me down.
Guards arrive. A city watchman arrive. There are 5 of them behind him.
This is not entire. I'm not trying to give you a hard time.
He says, you will pay the full fine now, or you will give me the shield, and we will decide how much additional money you will be required to pay when you come back for it.
Look, I've got like.
Or you can go to jail.
I've got one other gold piece here, but it's not enough for you. So I'm just trying to get the other coppers.
You have another gold piece?
Yes, I've got a second gold, but you don't need that. You said you wanted. What did you want? 20 silvers?
It is 2 gold is the fine.
That's all?
Yes.
Oh, here, 2 gold. Can I have my silvers and copper back, please?
He pauses. He remembers yesterday and gives you the coins back. Standing proudly with 5 guys behind him, he says, let this be a lesson to you and your silly friends here to stop wasting magic in the town, endangering the poor citizens. Is that clear?
I don't want anyone to be endangered. It's absolutely clear. I'm so sorry. Sorry for the hassle.
Then good day.
Good day.
As he walks away, the other guards are going, if he blows that goddamn whistle again.
I'm not showing up next time.
showing up next time.
I should have asked for those shiny boots.
Feel like I
His
gotta
day
wait.
off. Why is he even here?
Yeah, I know.
It was only
Isn't he
2
on
gold. I feel
vacation
like I got
right
it pretty easy with that one. I'm going to keep my silvers and everything. Huh?
This dude's racking up
You
the
oughta be
gold,
proud
though.
of me.
He said like 6 gold by my
Yeah.
No, she won't.
All right. You are walking away, and the gnome says, do you have anything warm or sack-like?
Yeah, so good news, bad news. Bad news.
Here's my sack.
Wear that, big boy.
I had to pay for the gold. The good news is they didn't care that you were naked at all. So I think we're good.
But I care.
Oh, sure. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's fine. I get it. Let's. I've got a vest. I'm wearing that.
Okay.
But we could probably find it. You want the vest?
Oh, little yes. He takes the vest and put it on, and looks like, I don't know, some really
Hey, lady.
some very diminutive Lorenzo Lamas.
Trench coat situation.
And you. That's a weird show title, too. Like, people would be really overly interested in the episode with
And
that
then
title.
terribly disappointed.
Maybe. Or won't get the reference at all.
You have a guest star? What is going on?
And you start walking with the gnome, and he says, "What a terrible start to my morning! You can't imagine what this is like.
Tell me about yourself. What's your name?
My name is Belsire, and who are you, my friend?"
Belsire, my name is Cole Boulderfall. I actually work for the Lumine Academy. I'm kind of one of their collectors and protectors.
He says, I wonder if this mishap has not made our interaction more than just chance.
Why are you going to the academy? And by the way, how did you get here? You were kind of zigzagging with magic, it looked like?
Yes, that was not as planned. I don't understand how a scholarly gentleman cannot teleport with relative safety these days. The city is not what it used to be. I've come from a far away place, seeking research and knowledge.
Well, you cannot get any more knowledge than the Lumine Academy. It is a wonderful place of learning, so I'm told.
I've been there several times. I just cannot find my exact way, as normally I arrive there instantly.
What knocked you out this time?
I don't know.
Has it happened before?
No, not once before.
I'm terribly sorry to hear that. So exactly how does your teleport work? Is it you're just casting a spell frivolously, according to the card?
I have a spell that I cast from my city traveling to here, And I believe you have some sort of beacon magic that amplifies and then gets me to one of two destinations here in the city, of which one is the Lumine Academy, and it did not quite work.
What's the other?
Some sort of civic structure here in the northern part of the city. I've never been.
That's interesting that you fell out of the teleport, but the beacon that you were going to go through didn't get you to either Lumine Academy or the civic structure. It seems that you broke out separately. As though, help me if I'm wrong here, I don't do magic. The river that you were going down would fork, but instead of going down one side or the other, you were blasted out of it entirely onto the shore.
You are not as stupid as you sound.
Thank you.
Too bad your whole party isn't around for you to see it.
That's very wise. Very wise. Oh, I wonder where my clothes may have ended up.
Maybe they're at this one of the two places.
Oh.
It'd be interesting to find out, because that would mean, if I'm correct, that the magic was attached to you, and you were the one that was cursed and or stopped from being able to fulfill the spell, but the clothes on you weren't. How interesting.
You are wiser than I give you credit for.
I've had a lot of coffee. Come with me.
All right. You go to the school, the Lumine Academy, and bring him there, and you and this gnome are brought together initially with all of your friends. You are now all gathered together and start to share some of your information and decide what you want to do next. And we will take our break there, and we'll be right back after these important messages. You are all together in the dormitory and have just been introduced to Belsire is my name. And he steals a student's trousers, young student's trousers. And
Off of the student?
the students are off studying, and he steals it from their little locker box and gets behind one of the beds and puts them on.
Has he caught us up kind of on the conversation?
Yes.
Instantaneous teleportation.
Do you have
Very
to
impressive.
roll a die to make sure you don't?
Yeah, where'd you come from? Peep it eye, by the way.
Oh, peep it eye. I'm from a faraway place called Azamir. We are known for our magic.
Yeah. I've heard about that place.
It is not close by any stretch of the imagination, but teleportation certainly can't help with that. Today was a little off, I would say.
Were you precise in your incantation, sir?
Say that again?
Were you precise in your incantation?
Yes. Always.
And your runography? Your runes?
Well, as anyone using teleportation would know, runes are for neophytes to get used to teleportation.
Well, perhaps in this case they might have assisted you to end in the right place.
You wound me, sir!
That's 2 hit points from your total.
Psychic damage.
What brings you to the academy?
Mithril in particular, ways of smelting it. I have come across some and wish to make use of it for perhaps some magical construction. I have an idea for a rod, perhaps 2 wands, I haven't decided. But mithril can be strong, yet stable in holding particular magics inside. It's a theory of mine, but I don't have access to the book, so I would come here and study. And they always say they're happy to loan books, but it looks like I won't trust the teleportation to get me out since I don't have any clothes when I got here. I wouldn't want to lose the books going out.
Oh.
It'll be a long walk back to Azamir then.
Yes.
Where'd you find mithril?
If you knew our land, that would not be a question. We get access to many magical resources.
Oh.
The world's magic, the heart of it is Azamir.
That sounds awesome.
The city of Corndell, where I live, is a beautiful, magical place. You should come visit sometime.
I would love to. I make stuff too.
You do.
I do. And I
Point to a giant cleric standing next to you.
no. I show him my crossbow.
He says, "Oh, this is certainly doable."
Yeah. It's pretty cool. I'm like not as experienced as you by any means.
May
but
I?
Of course.
He takes it. Vessel, make a dexterity saving throw. 12 is your target number.
That's the exact sound you make.
Yes. It's a 9.
9. Take 1 point of piercing damage. Oh, so sorry.
Oh, is it with her weapon though?
Yes.
That would be 2 points. I mean, even a load.
Oh,
plus
2. We'll
1.
do minimum damage.
It's a grazing shot.
It's still sharp.
Oh, here, let me see that back, Bellis here.
Because it automatically
It goes
reloads.
automatic.
Right?
Unloaded.
He hands it back. Oh, so sorry.
Oh.
I'm more of a creator than I am a marksman.
No worries. No
I
worries.
agree.
Coming in from the doorway is Ms. Pennywit, and she says, "What exactly are you all doing here? You are not supposed to be here anymore. Come with me, gather all your belongings."
What do you mean? You're kicking us out?
Yes, the headmaster has given you better accommodations upstairs.
Oh. Very good.
Actually, Miss Pennywit, thank you.
We will accept those accommodations.
We have another place to stay.
We do?
Yes, we have been welcomed to the Welcome House, courtesy of Lady Veridor.
Well, you know what is better than one place to stay? 2 places to
I
stay.
agree.
We'll move our things with you, Miss Pennywit.
Right this way. And she takes you upstairs, and there are 2 guest visitor rooms that she makes available for the 6 of you. They are not the coziest things, but they're better than the dormitory below. And heck, one of them, the last guest, was a guy named Halleray.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you very much.
And she walks off and leaves you 2 of these better accommodations. Belsire says, "Well, I'm off to talk to the powers that be and start getting some of my research done. Thank you for your guidance."
You said you weren't going to tell. How are you going to get back all the way to Azimir?
That is a problem.
Oh.
That is a problem.
Is there a problem that we might be able to help with? Perhaps we could look at that beacon thing that you were talking about. Maybe there was an issue with that.
All right. Let's go ask Galasieras then.
I know where that guy's office is.
Lead the way.
Right across the hall.
You go, you go over there. The adjoining room. You go to the Associate Professor Galasieras, and he is there and says, yeah, it sounds like the beacon could definitely be off. I suppose you could just shut it down temporarily, let it cool off a bit, and then we can re-engage the magic in a few days if you're going to be with us for a while, Belsire.
Did you just say we're going to turn it off and back on again?
Standard troubleshooting.
Going to clear the cookies, the magical cookies.
Turn it off for 15 seconds.
Can I ask a question? Valimir may have an answer for this as well. So when the beacon brings in teleportation magic, wherever that comes from, is that possibly interfered with or affected by other magic from other realms? Like if I wanted to teleport from a land of the undead and bring it in here, would I have to use that beacon? Or could I do it in another way? Or would they interfere with each other at all?
Is this Wizard Cole speaking?
Yeah. Galasieras says, I don't believe it would be affected by anything along those lines unless there was something terrible teleportation happening like you speak of right there at the beacon.
In Tasha's teleporters and terrariums, she stated that
Been doing a lot of research lately, this guy.
Very obtuse categories of books.
stated that there could be a feedback loop from some sort of exterior magical source that could disrupt teleportation magic. I don't, so that is perhaps a sound theory indeed, or some part of it.
Then here, Galacierus goes into a side room and comes out with a small silverish cube that sparkles with a little bit of energy every now and again. He says the magic conduit that comes into the beacon, it's located just outside the city. Use this cube and place it within the yellow magic. You might need to look closely with a magical eye to find it, and place this cube in there, and it will create an energy that will build and build, and over 3 days will then shut down, and then we will be able to start it back up whenever we so choose, and make sure everything is safe. Assuming that time frame works for you. And Belsar says, I would rather be safe than sorry, and I have plenty of time to read.
Well, I feel like we fixed it. Good for us.
Galacierus says, no, you still would need to go do it.
Oh, sorry. All right, let's do that then.
Yeah.
Wait, do you need us to do that? Is that a thing?
That's what you said.
I just wanted to help. I
It'd be
zoned out
nice.
for a
We
second.
go for a little walk outside of the city.
Yeah.
See some trees.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that, says Galacierus.
What do you mean?
It's located a couple hundred yards east of a lighthouse over open water in the bay.
How do you want us to get to that?
I will arrange for a boat then.
Oh, yes. Tom's boats.
That's where we're buying our next boat from. Tom's Boats and Marine Equipment.
He says there is a sailor named Horkin. Horkin. He has worked with us before at the academy. Tell him to send us an appropriate bill, and we will pay for some travel arrangements, and should take you just a couple hours. But do be careful. Once you get this cube within the yellow energy, you will start to see the ley lines of magic, the magic conduit. The cube is fragile at that point, and we don't want to lose it. And if you were to touch the cube to the ley lines, it would shut down the entire magic conduit forever, and that would shut down teleportation to the city until we reconstruct everything.
Okay.
So don't touch the sides or it'll light up and ruin the whole experience.
Pretty much. Sounds important enough that I should go with you, but I won't. I'm so busy.
Just trust you virtual strangers with this amazingly important task.
But there's no instruction manual other than the very simple get the cube, put it in the light, don't touch anything else, let it recharge, take it back out of the light.
Yes, and you don't have to stay there for 3 days. Just begin the process.
Who will finish it?
We'll just build and build and build, and it'll just be a bright light for the fishermen to see, but it won't cause any harm, and then it will shut down. And then we can take a look and redo it later.
Okay.
Glad we could help. Cyrus, nice meeting you. Good luck with your mithril.
Thanks for all your help.
And, does anyone remember how to get out of here?
Yeah, the door's right there.
Now follow the door!
You head out. Anything interesting that you guys wanted to share from other experiences? Otherwise, we can all be caught up and off you go. Matt,
How far away? You said it's in the bay?
Is that
Dock
the
of
small
the-
river?
Yeah, it's the small river, and you can't see it on that large-scale map, but it
Wait,
opens up
is-
into
Where's our pointer?
a wide bay.
Oh, okay.
It's not
Right
gonna
here.
help.
I
Like,
got a blue one.
The
Sorry.
smallest dot is all of Canterbury.
That's the road. No.
We're
Down.
south of
right,
Canterbury,
there, right
Down,
there.
keep going,
Right
right,
by
yeah.
the hills there, yeah.
Okay.
That's where your city is at.
It's called the Clave. Is the name of the river, by the way.
All right, you guys head out. You make your way through the city.
Glaive.
You know what?
G.
If we ever wanted to get mithril here, I met a guy. He's a smithy, and he says that sometimes you can get special metals brought in under the sewers. He told me.
What? We were under the sewers.
That's what I told him. I said he can't get any lower than that. He said,
Probably shouldn't tell people we were down there.
"Nah, it was fine. He had coffee." We were talking about the different things that could happen, and he mentioned that there are smugglers that occasionally can bring in special metals. I'm guessing mithril's one of them. Be happy to find out sometime. He had a really fancy sword too.
I don't know what I would do with it, but it would be awesome to have something like that to tinker around with.
Was this person at the welcome hall?
He was. He said his shop was right nearby. His name was Orden.
Could be a friend of Miss Verador. Could be a reliable source. Perhaps worth investigating in the future.
Or we could just go in and shop.
Or that.
How much?
I
I
don't
mean,
have much.
I don't have much
money.
money to shop with.
I lost some gold to some frivolous magic.
This gig work from the academy doesn't pay too well. It's kind of like having a minimum wage job. If you add it all up over the year.
Cole, once again,
More a
blunders
side
into
hustle,
a
really.
puddle, getting his boots muddy and accidentally getting some of that mud on Valamir's trimmed-edged robe, which you then press to digitate to clean up and are immediately grasped your hands by Cole to not cast frivolous magic.
Well, I will not walk like this.
You guys make your way out to the west side of the city where you look out over what is essentially a riverish bay, if you will. There's a huge wide river that runs halfway through the entire kingdom. And then here by the hills, it opens up in particularly to a wide open area. It's a couple miles wide. It's really big. Essentially a ginormous lake at this point. You can see there are a bunch of small boats out there that are fishermen, some with some sails that are down that are fishing, some with just oars. There are some docks out there that have a couple of larger ships that can fit up this river for transportation and hauling goods to and from. This river goes from the massive bay to the south called Maiden's Depths. That is a huge bay in the middle of this continent, and then goes up north through the Kingdom of Calavier to the capital of Canterbury. So this can be a stopping middle ground. In particular, your knowledge of this city of Almithra is that they are more lax with restrictions and contraband and taxes and such, that a lot more mercantile traffic comes through here and then makes its way in different routes sometimes to the city, the capital, Canterbury, up north. When needed. So that is your situation. You are at the docks asking around. You come across an old crusty sailor by the name of Horkin. He is sitting on a chair, leaning back on a chair with a fishing rod over a smelly dock. You can hear some gulls screeching off in the distance. And he says, "Yep, my name's Horkin."
Hello, Horkin. We were sent by the Academy to go out to this rod that's in like a few hundred yards off.
This what?
Could you give us passage to the lighthouse
I can.
on behalf of the academy?
All right,
Belisarius.
but this ain't free.
Yeah, the Academy said that you can build them.
All right. When do you want to go?
Now?
All right. And he gets up, disgruntlingly puts his fishing pole away, and walks down a little ladder towards a boat. Are you coming?
I like this guy. Cole skips merrily down.
All right. It is a small boat, just able to fit the 6 of you exactly. So it's great that Caven wasn't here at the exact moment. The 6 of you climb into the boat. It is a very small sailing boat with a simple little mainsail and then some oars that he doesn't need to use. There is some wind, and he starts heading out. There is a name on the back of the back side of the boat that's called the Limp Shrimp. Is the name of this little craft. And he gets the sail going, rows out a little bit, gets the sail going, and off you go, bobbing over the relatively gentle waters, making your way there. You can see in the distance throughout some of these, in this giant lake, some of these fishing boats, there is an area of an island off to the more north, the right side, where a bunch of the fishing guys are. But more in the central section is a more taller rock outcropping with a lighthouse on top that has no light or anything rotating whatsoever. And he's heading out in that direction. Anything you guys want to do?
I'd like to look to see if I can see a beacon that is not the lighthouse, like just floating out over the water, to see if there's any light source or anything that I might be able to see that's up there.
You see nothing.
Didn't they give us something to see the ley lines with?
Did you ask for that? Because they probably had it. We just needed to ask for it up front.
I was writing stuff down. I wasn't really.
Well, the cube would show the ley lines.
Yeah. Wait. Oh, that's what we're okay. That's what we're headed to.
We're holding.
We're holding.
We were given the cube.
Going to the
wonderful.
tower.
Excellent.
So the mission
You were
is
writing this down,
we're
right?
holding a cube.
I was writing other things down at the time.
Who's holding the cube? by
He's
the way?
scribing one spell
you,
and
right?
taking
Fiona
notes.
is like looking through the cube across the horizon, trying to see if she can see anything through it.
You can. You can see there is a faint sense of a line of energy, multiple lines of faint energy that kind of come in like little pulses and hit in a central area, a couple hundred yards to the east of the lighthouse, about just over the water, maybe 7 or 8 feet off the water. They go there, and then they either go back out the way they came, or they head inwards, 2 different lines into the city, one to the southern section, one to the northern section. The friend of yours, Horkin, at the rudder says, "Better watch that water. We've got some trouble around recently. Keep your eyes open. I see you got weapons."
What's trouble have you found?
I haven't found anything. I didn't say
Well,
that.
what have you heard about?
I've heard that there have been goblins out here swimming around, sneaking on board boats.
Really?
That's what I heard.
Oh,
Vessel will scan the water in front of him and keep doing that for it.
Okay. Terminator targeting.
And then I
Yeah,
kind
Terminator targeting.
Mr. Horkin, we're not going directly to the lighthouse. We want to, and then she gives him directions of where she's seen this energy through the cube.
All right.
Fiona, do you think that might show us the magical fey lines that you experienced around the statue
Maybe.
before, and perhaps a direction to what was happening previously? Perhaps we cruise by there on our way back.
Well, we
with
won't
the
have
cube.
the cube.
Oh, we have to leave it here? Was that the mission?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Any of this?
I was writing something down.
Magical doodles are important.
We are taking the cube to that lighthouse there. We will place it within the lighthouse.
No, that's wrong.
Were you taking notes or were you scribing his spells?
wrong magical doodles you got. It's off of the water.
Yeah. We got
Past
it
the light.
covered.
It's
You guys.
watch her.
There's a
She does-
fishing pole. You guys. Go ahead and do that.
Is the key to the entire mission, I'm certain of. They don't know anything this.
Artistic license meets dotty old man.
You guys are sailing out. The wind picks up, and you're making good speed there. And Horkin says, "How far out do you want to go?"
looking through the cube again.
Uh-huh. Are you gleaming through the cube?
Yes,
All right.
for sure. Christian Slatering it up.
You looking through the cube, you can still see these faint lines coming in. You see no yellow energy that you were that was mentioned earlier.
Oh.
Also, as you are carrying it, you sense a strange sensation within you, and you feel a certain bit of strength and weakness about yourself, Fiona. You have increased your Constitution save by +2. All other saves are -2.
Whoa. Dang.
And why is this?
Energy within the cube.
She's holding the cube and seeing through it.
Constitution +2. Everything
All
else.
other -2.
She knows.
I'm
a lot,
sure
but
that'll
she
be
should have
fine.
used a kerchief.
That won't come up at all before you let go of the cube. I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure nothing's about to happen.
Okay.
You
All
okay,
right.
Fiona? You're looking a little woozy.
Ah, I feel great.
Actually, yeah, it should be stronger.
Feel awesome.
You got sea legs like I never expected.
Yeah.
The wind picks up even more, and you're making great speed heading out over there. And you are east of the lighthouse, right where those lines are converging. And you start calling out to Horkin to slow things down. He lowers the sail and says, "Are we anchoring here?"
Yeah.
And he gets out an anchor and drops it with a big splash, and has not asked a single question about anything you're doing. And
It's fine.
It's the kind of guy we like. It's the kind of NPC we need more of.
Argus goes up to Horkin.
When was the last time you experienced goblin bandits?
Joy.
When was the last time you died?
he says, "I've never seen goblins before.
You mentioned they scour these waters.
And I've never seen goblins in these waters before, and I doubt any goblins would ever be here. This isn't goblin territory at all."
Did he not say that? I'm pretty sure he said that.
He did state that there's been some rumor as such, but only a rumor, and then Palik had asked him if he had... Fiona had...
What are you talking about?
If I hear that name one more time,
Some damn season 3 room.
see?
Whoa.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it, dear boy.
I'm right here.
It was the voice inside of our heads that insulted her.
And our good Fiona said something to that effect, and he had just said that that's just the rumor around, and he had never seen them.
Best keep an eye out. Argus will kind of keep his eye on the water
Well, yes.
while this is happening.
Make a perception roll. If you get a
Okay.
if you get 15, you might see something.
Jeez. Okay, how about a 16?
With a 16, you see setting out from the lighthouse is a small boat with 3 goblins on it heading right towards you.
Pirates! There are pirates among... No, I just... goblins approach.
No, says Horkin, not even looking. He's fishing.
I assure you, there are 3 at least. I'm not a tall man, but I can see that.
He leans back, continues fishing.
Goblins!
You're moving his head.
Yeah, I'll move his head.
He takes your hands off and he says, "Well, I'll be."
That's Wellaby.
And he starts pulling anchor.
No,
Wait.
leave the anchor in, sir. We will
It's
be
just
fine.
goblins.
He drops the anchor confusedly.
There's 3 of them.
Once they hit 90 feet, we should be just
6
fine.
of us.
Just really quickly, I'll just say, Valimir, do you see them?
I do, indeed, and I have a plan for them.
Very well.
As I always have a plan for them.
Keep an eye out, Fiona.
Well, I'm busy. You guys are more than capable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Telling
So
you,
she's
be warned.
trying to focus, looking through this cube as she's still not seeing any yellow energy.
You look to the cube, you do not see any yellow energy, unfortunately.
Weird.
No. What you do see is
Oh, it's actually 110 feet that I have.
a arrow coming your way.
Oh,
A
shoot.
thin, nasty, jaggedy little goblin arrow is shot. Their short bows have more range than you just called out for. They have a range of 80, max range of 320 feet. And disadvantagedly, they attack with the general boat area. That is going to be a miss to anyone. The arrows, I'll say 2 come your way. Clicking on the wrong button. There we go. And no, second one missed as well. Splashing in the water. You can hear off in the distance. Come back, come back. They are, one of them's rowing and they're going slow, and this wind is not helping them at all.
Valamir?
110 feet is our destination, is our distance to target.
Do we move to them or wait for them?
No, wait for
We
them.
could,
To Fiona's command, we don't move at all just yet.
Horkin, are they coming from the lighthouse?
You can see they came
what's that
from...
lighthouse? Does anybody man that lighthouse?
Yep.
Goblins?
Yup.
No.
Oh. Okay. It's weird. It looks like they're coming from there, but no worries. And then she goes back to trying. She makes Vessel stand in her way, so no more arrows are going to come flying past her
Fair
head.
enough.
All right. Vessel, you are struck, I believe, with a... not a 20. Yeah, 23 to hit
Oh,
with
23?
disadvantage. Roll a 19 and a 20. Shoot, a lucky arrow from far away strikes you for a total of 4 points of piercing damage.
Stay on target.
Horkin grabs the
Nope.
rope to the anchor.
Nope.
Do
And-
we move towards them?
How far away are they now?
They are 200 feet away. They have 4 more arrows they can fire at you to get within. What was your range?
110.
Yeah, 4 more arrows. Sound good? 4 more arrows as
Argus will say to Vessel,
Prepare your shield, Vessel. Let Valamir prepare.
and Argus will like clap his hands really big, and a blade ward will appear in front of him.
for a turn.
Yeah.
Okay. Little blades fly around the bard in a tight boat, but no one gets hurt. When more arrows are fired in, that does not count. More arrows are fired. There's disadvantage. Whoosh. Who wants to take a blow?
Cole.
Cole.
Cole will jump
did.
in.
Cole, is an 18 enough to hit you?
Yes, that is my armor class.
Oh, then you are hit.
With your oh, you don't. No, with your shield? Because you would have your shield out, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's
Didn't
an
you
armor
sell your
class
shield?
18, so it includes it.
Yeah, it's figured in.
I got it back, yeah.
That would have missed
so,
me.
Cole, you are hit for, I will roll the damage of 5 points of piercing. Big
Yikes.
hit. Shoo.
Cole's going to use his Stone's Endurance as a reaction, so when I take damage, I'm going to reduce it by a d12 plus 3.
Oh, that's going to be huge.
As I'm kind of... When I feel it coming in, I just kind of really stiffen up my muscles and really go stone-like and prevent them from coming through. And that is... Stop landing on the edge. That's for 10 damage reduction.
All right, so no damage from you whatsoever. The other arrows miss, and one of the arrows goes awry. And the middle goblin slays the lead goblin, accidentally shooting him in the back of the head.
Oh, that to make things slightly easier.
Fiona sees her friends getting hit by arrows and gets frustrated and pulls out her crossbow and is going to shoot some arrows of her own.
All right, what's the range on your crossbow?
Same 800 or 80, 320
Okay, you can get 3 shots off.
at
Disadvantage.
disadvantage. 12,
Misses.
21,
Hits.
17.
Hits.
Damn.
You're going to hit the same guy twice. 7 damage is what you need in total.
Yeah, 4 and 6.
4 and 6. Shoot, shoot. You fire your crossbow, and this fires magical bolts, like little laser energy type
They're
things?
little like almost like lightning bolts,
Okay, cool.
like purple lightning.
All right, you
Is what it looks
zap
like.
the goblin in the middle now, who's no longer in the middle, he's in the lead, and he stands up, and then you get a better shot and strike him again, and he gets shot, collapses onto the last one with the oars, who pushes him off into the water with a splash, and is now trying to oar with one oar quickly to turn around very slowly and make his way back to the lighthouse rock outcropping.
That's right.
Now, do we chase them?
Well, we got to figure this out first, and then we can go. We'll get the little limp shrimp over there.
He
to
is
the
140
lighthouse.
feet, slowly going out. Are you going to continue to shoot at him?
Sure.
He is killed. At some point, enough.
Perfect.
No! He keeps going as hard as he can, but after a hail of these little
I'm
mini
very much
levels-
hurt.
So Valimir has
Stop
this
shooting.
pinch of sand in his hand. He looks at the leak angrily and just throws it down.
Looks at who?
Your only material component. You're like,
What
oh.
does he look at?
Fiona.
Fiona. Damn it, Fiona.
Ley lines are messing with
Yeah.
the brain. Valamir's like, I see time in the past.
Fiona, you look around and see. Make an Arcana roll 18.
And if Valimir at this stage can help Fiona in
You
any
cannot.
way,
This is her before she was doing that stuff.
16.
16. You see no sign of anything yellow or unusual.
This is so weird. Like, this isn't what they told us we would find at all.
What do you see?
Nothing. No. We don't see any of the yellow beams, the yellow energy that we're talking about. It's just this, like, these lines of white energy.
may I take a look through
Of
the
course.
cube?
You sure you don't want to take it to the lighthouse? Nothing as a callback to you two.
I'm aware. Thank you. Yeah.
Can we drop her into the lake?
What was the name of the stone that from the Titanic the lady threw in
Part of the ocean.
Part of the ocean.
Yeah.
The cube goes in.
Skipping across. What are you trying to do, Valimir?
Detect the yellow line, see what's going on there, see what might be amiss with the teleporter.
That would be the same high Arcana roll.
Good luck.
Can Argus
Yep.
help?
was 18.
I
huh?
should have.
Are you proficient in Arcana?
DM inspiration.
Yeah. Yes.
You're checked in there?
P. Yes.
Okay, both of you can roll, and we'll take the highest roll.
Get inspiration.
And it's his modifier, though.
I mean,
Don't add your
yes.
modifier.
We all
Mine.
know.
It's his. No.
Oh,
it's
yours
his
is raw.
check.
You want mine anyways.
I rolled a 19.
Okay, we'll take that. So plus 5 to that, so that'll be a 24.
Oh,
Nice.
you detect.
It's in the lighthouse.
You detect no yellow magic whatsoever, but can see there is strange magic brewing over the lighthouse. Dark clouds are gathering directly over it, and there is a lash of thunder, and you sense that is even where the wind is coming from. And that goblin boat with no one on board is slowly just getting pushed away.
Free boat.
Mm-hmm.
It's goblin make, but whatever.
And there's nothing here that we were like the things that we were supposed to see are just not there at all. Like there's no crystal to touch or anything.
There's nothing physical to touch. There's no yellow energy that you have seen.
I think something's going on.
Yes. We should probably head to the lighthouse to investigate.
Yeah.
Parkins, to the lighthouse.
Hold on. Just give me a second here.
Came from.
We see an arrow in his neck.
That was a Star Wars reference.
This party might go to 4 real quick.
He says, what? What do you want?
To the lighthouse, good sir. Chop chop.
That looks
Up anchor.
that looks mighty dangerous.
Sure is. Let's have it.
That's gonna cost extra.
No problem.
How much extra?
4 more silver.
Charge the Academy 8 silver.
All right. He raises the anchor with gusto.
Did you just use a knuckle duster?
No, the little checking
Yeah,
machine.
yeah, machine, yeah.
That's a knuckle duster.
All right, he brings up the anchor and starts tacking into the wind towards the lighthouse. You see the lightning is starting to lash out and rain is starting to pour, but he's able to make his way there. It takes a long time. You avoid, though, any proximity to the goblin boat, but you get closer and closer to a small, old little dock of very thin nature that's never used, and he is able to finally get you close to that and says, hop off and tie the line there, big guy.
Yep. And Cole leaps from the boat.
All right. And you tie the boat down, and he helps secure it then and says, I'm waiting here.
Who's the lighthouse keeper?
Feldis.
Veldis? Okay. Yeah, you wait here. We'll be back pretty quick.
If you take longer than an hour, it's going to cost extra.
That's fine.
Hobbs meter.
We're going to lose our apartment at the academy.
And you guys disembark. This is a rocky outcropping that has a singular lighthouse on top. It's very slick with big, bouldery-looking stones, very worn down. Almost looks like man-made stones from something that used to be here that has crumbled down, and then centuries later they built a proper lighthouse on top of it. The lighthouse itself, though, is old, not appearing to be operational at all. It's just maybe 30, 40 feet high, but the rock outcropping brings it up. You also note several of the fishermen, not all, but have also started to make their way back to the bay due to the wind and the weather as you guys head toward the lighthouse.
And while all this has been going on, Valamir has cast mage armor upon himself.
Mage armor. All right. You guys are approaching the lighthouse. You go in through the door, or you knock on the door.
Yes.
I would have everyone knock. So I'd knock first.
There's
All right.
goblins. We
Wait, we're all
can
taking turns
explain
knocking?
to our if it is the lighthouse keeper in here. we
City
can
guard, city guard.
I
Explain.
mean, it doesn't hurt to knock.
It might, but okay.
You afraid of goblins?
Make it a goblin-y knock, Cole.
I'm not afraid of goblins,
I will knock
but
in
I
my
do
goblin
believe
style.
in
Good knock.
tactical
Oh, my
advantage, as it were. But carry on.
Are there battlements or anything of goblin make that's out here on the lawn, if you will, of
Scraps of
the
food.
No, but that brings a good point that might change your approach, Cole. You see the door has been attacked mercilessly recently, so chips are missing from it.
Oh.
So it's an old door, but now you can see like more raw-ish wood underneath that's not unvarnished, hacked apart. Not by axes or anything, just crude weapons over and over again.
Okay, so keeping it locked. Definitely been keeping them out. Looks like they've just been hanging out here.
Is it locked?
That's a great question, Vessel. Cole was getting ready to knock, reaches for the handle,
Yes.
and pushes the door open.
It opens with a loud creak.
I commit to it and creak the whole thing open.
Okay, you creak it open. It is a big, wide tower with a couple of pillars inside. It's got some lanterns that are lit in there, and you can hear the squabbling, whispering voices of the goblin language just inside, hiding out of view. Does anyone speak goblin?
I was just looking.
Gobbledygook, huh?
I don't have languages on
pretty sure I
my.
don't.
I only, well, I do, but I thought I was supposed to pick
I do
one, but I
not.
never. It's
Close.
Never been added.
I speak
I don't
Elvish.
remember what it was.
Elvish is close to goblin.
This might be the exact opposite.
Oh, dare you, sir?
I got a
dare
glare
you.
from Chris.
This is arrogant.
You have 17 generations.
Yeah.
It may not, but I thought I.
No gobbledygook.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
Valamir will listen for all the sounds for a little while and try and get a central point of like between the sounds. And once he has that, I plan on doing something.
Okay. Are you gonna?
Just kind of listen and wait. Just try and stay stealthy and not be seen.
It's just goblins.
And we're inside the door.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Okay.
The door. Are you doing it from outside? Because then stealthy
Okay.
doesn't matter, but it's hard to hear because of all the rain
So
that's coming.
the
down.
door opened. We hear them talking.
And then it gets quiet.
Okay. So from wherever they were talking, can I basically tell where that was?
You may no, you cannot. Sorry.
All right. Fuck it. All right.
The wizard mother.
Oh wait, it's got to be a small room though, right?
It is not. It's actually a wide-ish, squat tower. It's not the most ideal lighthouse construction.
I'm going in.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone, I'm coming inside. And I duck under and then stand up inside.
All right, you stand up inside and you see there's, again, the room with about 5 different pillars in here. There's a bunch of pooled water. There's cracks and openings in some of the walls and ceiling. There's daylight also coming in, but a lot of rain is still pouring in as well. As you do so, you hear more goblin, "Ah!" and some arrows start flying and clattering along the walls behind you, and we have some combat on our hands, my friends.
Okay.
Let's go to activate on our battle map. And if you want to check out this battle map, you can go to our YouTube channel and see the map unfold there. Jeremy does a great job of panning around the action and zooming in as we go. Or you can also check us out live next time on Twitch and see the map there if you're so kindly interested. What are you holy crapping over there? Yeah, it's a little bigger than I imagined, but we're just going to roll with it.
Can we start in the middle?
Nope.
It's a little.
Let's not.
All right. There are several goblins here, larger ones, hobgoblins to be exact, with slightly better armored with some bows and swords. And it is your turn. And it is Aragus. You're up first.
Aragus, the Bard.
It's a big, huge circle. How wide is our diameter of this giant circle? Use that tool you just had there, sir.
Yep. It is
A mere 100 feet.
It's 100 feet.
Yeah. You can see some large pools of water. Those will be difficult terrain, taking twice as much to get through. Couple fallen brick.
Can we see any of them? Is it? Oh, I see. Okay. I will first move 20. How shallow is the? Is that water in front of us?
Yep,
Pools?
it's just difficult terrain.
Okay. Oh, terrible. I will get up to the middle spire, as close to that as I can get. Center stalagmite, I believe. Could be a
Arrows everywhere.
stalactite.
There you go.
Yeah, right behind it, so I can see one of the creatures. Do I have to see them is the question.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to use my Bane magic ability. It's a 30-foot range
You're not within 30 feet.
of any of them. There's,
Yeah, the one behind the pillar, you're within 30 feet.
but I think I have to have
Yeah, you have to be able to
Line
target
of
that.
sight.
line of sight.
All spells. You have to
They're
be able
all
to target.
hiding.
Jesus.
Unless it says
What good is
Pick
this
a spot.
magic if I have
mean,
to see
well,
things?
It's a very large room. I was not expecting that for a lighthouse.
Well.
I
Do you guys see
do-
the cool little range
expect
effect?
the unexpected.
no.
Oh, where?
Oh, the rain
It's
effect.
top
Oh, yeah,
down.
there it is.
Yeah,
zoom
see
in.
it.
Can you zoom in, Chris? I'm blind, apparently.
Can you stop?
It's like over there. No.
Trying to do something.
I'm being given directions from multiple
Sorry.
people.
Mine is a tertiary thing. You don't have to
The one I can see. How far away is he from me, please?
You can see that guy at 50 feet
Oh, thank God.
and that
Okay.
guy at 40 feet. So you have a guy at 50 or 40 that you can see because you can see that guy as well.
I will go to.
Make him bigger. If I can. There we go.
The one that's furthest to
Yeah,
the
that's awesome.
west.
You know.
I'm going to target
Oh, okay.
that goblin.
Let me reduce the density of it.
Oh, that's cool.
What are you going to target him with, Aragus?
My mouth.
I would prefer never to hear that statement again. dude.
That's wrong and 100% true at the same time.
I just say to the. What are they wearing? Are they wearing just like garment, like clothes, just like
No,
rag?
they have armor on. These guys
Oh,
do.
good. I stare at the one to the northwest and I say, "Did you pick out that armor yourself? I've seen better rags on a pedestal made of poop." I cast vicious mockery against.
Joke's on you.
And-
It was
and
my
can-
pedestal.
Can you, Chris, ping which one he's talking about? I'm not sure.
Northwest up there,
Bing.
please.
Just hold
Yeah.
that one
Right
right
there.
there. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. All right, great. And he has to make a save.
There's a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, wisdom saving throw coming.
Target 12.
I like how you asked that question because there's more than what we know about.
All right. He got a 16 and resists the vicious mockery. Is that was a cantrip though, right?
Yeah.
So that wasn't a big spell. So that's not a huge, terrible loss. All right. Next up
For
is...
my bonus action,
Oh, sorry.
I do nothing.
Cole, you're up.
Okay. Cole's going to rush forward. Just straight ahead.
Oh, can I also add, maybe as your bonus action, Aragus, you should also say again, "I told you so," about the
Not yet.
lighthouse.
I'm not
Truly.
close enough to them yet. I'm waiting till they're in pain.
You like said it directly, like, I'm pretty confident the whole thing is in the lighthouse. And we're like, nah, that guy wasn't listening.
I'm not speaking to them right now. It's kind of the vibe.
Straight in the middle through the water, I think there was
So
someone
once
up
you
there.
hit hard, difficult terrain, you'll get to there, right?
Yep.
Is that close enough to anything? It doesn't. I
You were
see.
just out of range of the guy.
What a jerk. You know what? I'm gonna make him come to me, and I will hold my second action. I'll get there. Oh, you know what? No, that's not true. That's not what I would do at all.
Shooting arrows.
Cole's gonna run right up next to him.
So that's a move.
Move.
Okay.
Show him the Morning Star.
That's it. Okay.
That's it.
Next up is Vessel. You're to the south like everyone else.
Goody goody. Range to the individuals around me.
Oh,
Our
to
party.
friendly?
Yeah.
Fiona, what? Friendly or enemy?
5, 10,
Friendly.
15.
5, 10, 15
Who do I-
friendly, and 35. Enemy 50, enemy 60.
I'm going to move move forward right there. Stop. I should be range 30. Who's at the bottom there? Bottom right.
That's Valamir.
Oh, that's you? My range to you still remain 30? Or did I move
But you're
too far?
so
25.
old.
25? Perfect. I'm casting Blessing. That'll go to Cole. That'll go to Fiona. That'll go to...
Everybody, right?
It's 3 creatures I have
Oh.
to choose.
Okay. What does it do?
Oh, I can't wait for this.
It is puts advantage on them for attacks and saving throws.
For how long?
1 minute concentration.
Nice.
Wow.
That's super
You,
strong.
you said +1?
No,
Oh, that's-
advantage.
Thank you.
Oh, God.
That's better.
And have Cole. Sorry, Aragus. It's got to go to Valamir. I love you though.
I know.
And Vessel casts that blessing and hold still.
I don't have that as advantage. Do I have an old one on here? I have it as a D4.
Oh, was it D4? I might have read it
Yeah, I
wrong.
think that seems awful powerful for
Very
a
powerful.
first level spell.
Attack
Whenever a
rolls.
target makes an attack roll saving throw, the target
It
can roll
is.
a D4.
Sorry, it is a D4, but it's continuous.
Yeah.
For
Great.
that time. So sorry about that, but yeah.
All right, next up are the hobgoblins themselves. They unleash. There are 4 of them. There are 4 of them in total here in this battle, and they are unleashing some arrows. The first, they're going to fire upon the closest guy, staying in the middle in the puddle of water is Cole, and they are going to shoot some arrows at you, Cole. And an arrow comes flying through the air with a 17 to hit. Misses, but close, right?
Close, yeah.
Attacks your shield.
18.
Another one is going to shoot at Aragus. He doesn't have a... No, he's got a line of sight. He'll shoot at you, Cole. And that is a terrible miss. A third one close to you drops his bow in the water and draws his sword and attacks.
Let's go.
And almost a natural 20. Instead, it's a total of 19.
Hits.
6 points of slashing, drawing blood. The last hobgoblin is also going to shoot. He's to the northwest behind some light cover, and he is going to shoot at Cole. Everything against Cole this turn. Oh, my goodness. 22 to hit.
Oh, hits again.
7 points of piercing.
Using my Stone's Endurance for the second one, tucking up after that first cut comes in.
How many times can you do that?
I can do it twice per long rest.
Wow.
And I reduce that by 6.
So you took 1 point of damage on that,
Nice.
that
Wow.
arrow.
That's beautiful.
That's great. Valamir.
All right, lovely.
Quick question. Is there a size difference between goblins and hobgoblins?
Yeah, hobgoblins are medium. They're bigger. Meteor.
So Valamir will move kind of forward, kind of joining just a little bit behind Aragus. And then there's a spot about right about there. And so the spot, do you see what I'm pointing at?
I
Tom?
do.
Okay.
In between 2
Yeah.
hobgoblins.
So Valamir pulls out his pinch of sand,
He's been waiting all afternoon.
Ever since the boat.
gets Fiona,
We'll stop there for tonight.
and then says, "Oozy poozy, woozy doozy," and like blows the sand, and the sand spreads out in the air, floats over to the hobgoblins, and hopefully puts them to sleep.
To sleep.
Wow.
They're going to have advantage if you keep saying words like that. No, okay, so
They can hear it coming. Like,
They
it's the woozy one.
and they don't get any save. This is pure hit points
This
that
is
you're rolling.
yeah. I roll 5d8.
So weird.
And
I'd also like to note
wow.
that he's a wizard. He made that shit up. It's not natural like it is for me.
So it is going to be let's see, that's 10, 18, 21, 25. Do I get to add the D4 to that?
No, it's attack roll.
Yeah, it's
25.
All right, ascending up, gobble up their current hit points, starting with the creature with the lowest.
Goblins gobble it up.
They fall unconscious until the spell ends, which lasts a minute, or they take any damage, or someone else will wax them up. All right, how much did you do?
Wax them up.
25.
Wakes them up.
Oh, wait.
25. Both of them drop unconscious.
Nice.
Nice.
Wow.
Start dreaming of faraway goblin-y places.
Dream of large women.
Nice. Fiona.
A quick question. I'm no longer in possession of that cube. Am I still a disadvantage, or am I still have my constitution?
That is transferred over to Valamir.
Yeah. I'm gonna move behind that pillar to the northeast to get some cover.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna shoot at that goblin straight up.
Straight up there, all right.
Straight north.
Is that
Nice.
Yep.
We can even give you more cover by doing
Behind,
that. And
yeah.
you can still, we'll say you have line of sight on there.
Okay. Whew, 11 to hit.
You have
11,
a +4 as well.
a D4.
You don't lose it. You can just keep using it.
13 to hit.
Is a miss.
Perfect.
It was so worth it.
All right. We're of a new round. Aragus.
Back to me. Sleeping up there?
Both these guys in the northwest are asleep, so we're only facing the guy that is next to Cole, and then another guy to the northeast that is firing
Tell me
bows.
this, dear boy. Can I get to the one fighting Cole with difficult terrain? Are you going the other way?
Not quite.
How about a move?
With a move, yes. Because you can get.
Takes
Well, maybe I think you can
away-
get there.
No. Okay. So
Nope.
before I do that, I want to ask if I move into the same space as the hobgoblin, which is an ability I have as a halfling.
Oh.
I want to pick up the bow that he dropped.
You may do that as part of your move action.
I will do that. Move into underneath him.
So not.
Stands peeking through.
I lost mine. I'll take yours.
Well,
You snap. You're underneath between his legs. You pick up his bow,
ready when you are.
and you're gonna shoot
I'm
vertically
gonna try
on your
it.
next
I
opportunity.
don't know if it's a short bow or not, but I'm
Okay.
gonna pick it up as a weapon.
All right. Not cool, dude.
I think very cool. And as my bonus action,
Yes.
I will say, Cole, make it count. And you have a bardic inspiration.
Yeah.
That lasts 10
D6
minutes.
for 10 minutes. You have a plus that D6 to attack rolls, ability checks, saving throws. You can call that result after you roll the dice, but before the result.
Now here's
is
the
result
question: will the
Will that
D4 and the
work in
D6
conjunction
work
with
together?
bless?
Yes, the D4 is constant. The D6 is one use.
Okay.
All right.
That could
So-
get crazy, you guys.
Nice.
So I'm gonna take that advantage and swing and a hit. I think for 13.
With a D
Oh wait,
plus a D4?
14.
Did you get the D4?
You did.
I added D4.
Why else
14.
does that
He
D6?
parries that with his sword.
Shoot. That would have been a really big
D4
hit
and
too.
a D6, and you missed?
He didn't do the D6.
I didn't have the D6 on that one.
Oh, okay.
All right. Next up, unless you're moving, is Vessel.
No, I'll stay put.
All right. Can I hit safely? The creature that Aragus is.
Under.
Aragus
Under?
is providing no cover whatsoever. Unless it's an area effect spell, you're fine.
Okay.
But roll a 20 and that whole story changes.
Or a 1.
Or 1, sorry.
Or 1,
one,
yeah, yeah.
not a 20. That would be the opposite.
Like, what game am I playing today?
Well, you've set this curse in motion, so let's see what happens.
What are you doing?
With Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame.
I get a +5 on my spell attack, so I think it's a 20.
Sacred I thought that was another.
Oh, no, it's your save.
Yeah, what kind of save? Dex?
Dex 13.
Dexterity save. All right. He tries to dodge out of the way. Let's see if he is successful with a Dex save.
With a halfling between his legs?
It's a little. I'm going to give him disadvantage. So he just rolled a 19 on the first roll.
Oof.
And on the second roll, 16 total.
16?
Sidesteps it. A little singed hair around Aragus, but it's put out by the rain dripping down through.
These guys.
Hobgoblin's turn. There is one to the northeast that got attacked by Fiona. He is also going to get some cover. I know he's going to lean around. No, he can't. He won't be able to see you. It'll be too much. He's going to shoot at the cleric. He fires away,
You're supposed to aim at me.
pinning that. He fires away with his bow at Vessel. Jeez, with a total of 20 and 8 points of piercing damage.
That's a hit.
Oh gosh.
I'll take the 8.
What's your maximum hit points?
17.
Okay.
I rolled a 2. I'm going to roll my hero point if I can,
What are you doing?
DM inspiration.
preventing the concentration break.
Oh, concentration break. Gotcha. For the bless.
19 on that. I'm good. Bless holds, and I take 8 points of damage.
All right. The other two hobgoblins in the northwest are asleep. The one in the puddle parries your blow, Cole, and steps a wide step away. He unrikers Aragus and then swings down and strikes you for a total of 20. Aragus, 6
Cole
points of slashing.
Uses his reaction of interception. Interception lets me reduce the damage to you by 1d10 plus 2, which is, in this case is max of 12.
No damage dealt whatsoever.
I see it come down, and then I see a morning star.
Because
Yeah.
my hand reaches
Oh,
out
your
and
hand,
just
yeah.
catches.
It's like the scene from Highlander. Ha ha ha. What kept you?
And that just burns your reaction.
Correct.
And you can do that endlessly?
Endlessly.
Wow. That's it for their turn.
That's beautiful.
Valamir.
All right.
Crap. That was a lot of
save.
damage prevented.
Valamir will head to the northwest. He'll move his full move of 30 feet, I believe, over here. So he's to the left of, like, Aragus and everybody else. And I'm going to cast a firebolt at the hobgoblin that Aragus and Cole are in melee with.
All right.
I'm rolling my extra +4. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That is going to be a 16 to hit.
16 to hit is a miss.
What in the hell?
Did you did a +4 as well? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, 16.
All right. Fiona.
How about actually a 17? I'm so sorry.
17?
Yes, really 17 actually, because I added 4 and it's a 5.
Is a miss.
Dang, son.
Strong goblins.
Fiona.
Hobgoblins.
Yeah, Fiona's gonna peek out behind the pillar and take a shot at that guy
Got
in the north.
All right.
Oh, with a 17.
17 is a miss.
Shoot.
Shoot. Aragus. Underneath the guy. Almost got cut.
Wasting no time, I'm going to try to fire at him with the short bow.
It is a longbow. You
Oh,
can
Jesus.
shoot. It'll be at disadvantage.
Okay, I drop it immediately.
Okay.
What is this garbage?
Yeah.
It was my mother's.
I will say to the creature next to me.
Above
and-
you.
Up above me. And to the other creature on the other side of the pillar.
To the northeast.
To the northeast.
Okay.
I'm going to do my, what is the spell that I have called? Dissonant Whisper spell. This is a more powerful kind of version of the Vicious Mockery. And I just say to them, "Are you always this stupid?
Yes.
Or is it just today?"
All right. And they have to make a...
That is a
wisdom save.
wisdom saving throw.
All right. This is a big spell for you. Level 1 spell.
It is.
And they're making wisdom saves. These two guys. Here's the guy furthest from you. Making a wisdom save. And he gets... What's his target number?
12.
Oh, 14 total.
Oh.
They've
These guys
made
are
every
pretty
single
tough.
one.
Yeah, they have.
These guys are tough. This is not easy.
And the one closest to you, right above you, gets a 3 and fails
Oh, wow.
miserably.
Okay, that is
You can hear the
3d6
whispers
of
really,
psychic
really well.
damage.
Nice.
My balls are whispering.
He also has to run as far away from me as physically possible. So 2, 3, 9 points of damage, psychic damage to be exact.
All right. He grabs his pain and agony. And its reaction, it does have a reaction, is to move as far as its speed will allow. It will race recklessly away from you.
Cole is rolling an attack of
That
opportunity.
is allowed.
Didn't you burn your reaction?
He did.
Oh, I did.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Aragus
Vessel.
is preparing to slice him with a
you.
dagger
And where is he
may.
running?
as an attack of opportunity.
I cannot. I'm gonna move you, Aragus. I'm just gonna move you there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for his just like the his calf muscle or something, like just behind the knee.
You want to do a little nut tap?
All right, make
Little
an
dead
attack.
fingers?
Attack roll with a dagger is a total of 8.
8 is a swipe and a miss. You
Jesus
catch nothing but water and you miss. Cole, it is your turn. Your reaction refreshes now.
Okay.
Keep running,
I
swine.
want. Come back here. Cole will chase him.
Is that the first hit of Dissonant Whispers?
Yes.
I think so. I think it's the first time that one.
No?
Oh. Successful save is half damage and doesn't move. You still get to roll your damage on the other guy.
Oh, okay, great.
Oh, nice.
And doesn't move?
So he doesn't try to run away, but
Yeah.
he still
Northeast
hurts.
guy.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I did not read the whole thing completely. Sorry about that.
Okay.
So half damage would be 6, 9, 11. So what is that? 5?
5 points of damage. Okay.
Psychic damage. Yes,
All right.
sir.
So you did some nice damage. Wait, you to multiple dudes?
Dissonant Whispers. Oh, I'm sorry. It's only one creature.
Yeah, so that guy.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
All right, we're good. All right.
All right. Cole chases him. Get back here. You're not dead. You know what? I'm going to add my Bardic Inspiration. See if this hits him. Oh, it's not going to do it. 17.
17 is a hit. As he is not focused, is running scurriedly away and not trying to deflect. That is a strike.
Takes 5 damage
And
from
you
my Morning Star.
cut him down. He is
Yeah.
gone.
Nice.
Vessel.
Vessel needs to. He'll take a pot shot at the guy who's trying to get some cover there. This is a Sacred Flame, and it's a Dex 13.
Dex save. He will get a bonus with some cover there.
He gets no bonus for this spell.
Damn.
It is Sacred Flame. So the image is the flame jets out, smacks into the cover that he has, forms a nice little rune, and then on the other side, exact opposite, forms the rune, and the bolt passes through into his face.
He rolled an 11 Dex save.
And he can eat 8 or up to 8 points of damage here. 8 points of damage.
Wow.
Yeah.
Big hit. Ah! He's on fire for a bit, and the rain puts it out, and he is badly hurt.
I am running to take cover behind the much larger stalagmite on the ground.
One in the middle.
There you go. Just give me as much so I can get cover. There you go.
This hobgoblin here is going to protect his friends and shoot at Cole's back with his bow. Big arrow comes your way and just clatters aimlessly with a total of 3.
Yeah.
Hobgoblin's asleep. Valamir.
Valamir is going to step up bravely beside Cole there. And he is going to hold his hand out, palm up. A little flame forms on it, and he whirls his hand around and then tosses it towards the hobgoblin.
All right.
And then casting Firebolt. And that is going to be a 26 to hit.
Holy smokes!
Because I rolled a 19, I rolled a 2 on the Bardic Inspiration, I get a +5. So
That is a hit.
Your
And
Bardic
it's-
Inspiration is a D6.
I'm sorry, not Bardic Inspiration, but the blessing.
Blessing. Inspiration.
8 points of damage.
And he is killed. All hobgoblins that are awake are killed. The rain continues to drop down. You have 2 asleep hobgoblins next to you. I'm very curious of what you're going to do next, but we will have to find out next time, as we will stop there for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. We are leaving here trapped at the bottom of a tower, making their way. There is a stairwell, not on our map, that goes up, and there is more excitement that will await us. Until then, we'll see you next week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.